yeah. Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning just for you. Yes. And we've got a very flashy episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning just for you and the rest of the movie maniacs. Yes. There's one of them right there. So, and hopefully you are another movie maniac or one of my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics as well. Okay. And I can promise you, now, we're not going to have any Ezra Miller here tonight, even though we are going over the Flash. So you can hide your kids. There will be no grooming, no kidnapping, no flashing, even though he's called the Flash, okay? So he's going to keep it in his pants, as will I. I will not be showing you my twig and berries here tonight, because we don't do that here, okay? We're a good church-going, God-fearing live stream around here. We don't cotton to that kind of behavior around here in this here live stream. Movies Marker, spoiler warning, okay? So we're on that flashy, groomy stuff here, okay? All right. Hey, and we've got a live chat here already on the Rumble side from Darth Jason. And he is from the Red Pill Fight Club, and he is part of the Reaper crew, yes. So hopefully we see some more Reapers in here. And that reminds me that, go ahead and get into the live chat here on Movies America. Spoiler warning, okay? Because, I'm psychotic, but not that psychotic where I just want to talk to myself all live stream, okay? So you guys can help keep the voices in my head away by live chatting with me, okay? And putting on some comments, some questions, whatever. If I'm in here and you're live chatting, you're like, my God, Van, like just dial it down about 15 notches. Tell me that in the live stream. And you can live stream through Rumble. You can live stream through YouTube. Or not live stream. You can live chat with me through Rumble and through YouTube. So, and then if you get into the chat on YouTube, I can put your chat message here on the screen and whatnot, so you can be the star of the show in a sense for a little bit. Okay, so get in there and just definitely want to hear from you. All right, and then before I get too far, go ahead and like this episode. Okay, like this live stream. Just hit the old like button down there. Okay, and follow this channel. All right, just get there, get the follow action going. Okay. And you know what? Hey, let's should we do this? Should we do this, folks? Should we do this? Should we get the party started? Huh? Well, if we're gonna get the party started, let me get you something to dance to.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies America.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's how we do this right here, okay? This is how we do this on this Movies America. Spoiler warning, okay? We're not playing any Lawrence Welk, all right? We're not playing any Ed Sheeran, all right? We rock it out of here, okay? We do it, and we go big or we go home, all right? So that's how we do it.
Gotcha, bitch!
Absolutely, okay. And I'm seeing some live chatters. Welcome. We got Swift Turtle in the live chat on the Rumble side, okay? And, the Rumble side, that's where the cool kids go, okay? So, the Rumble is like that house on Halloween where you go there and they give you like the full-size Snickers bars or candy bars, whatever it is, okay? YouTube, as I always say, is kind of like the house that they hand out like dental floss, and then they look at your little basket with all your candy in there, and they kind of give you that disapproving look, that judgmental look. Screw those guys. Okay, that's YouTube. Rumble is where it's at, okay? And that's where I want to see folks come in at. If you come in from YouTube, that's cool. That's cool. All right, I'm not going to hold that against you. All right, so, okay. Well, hey, let's get right into it because, you got in here to hear about The Flash, right? And get The Flash spoiled for you. Or if you've seen The Flash, obviously, it's not going to be spoiled for you at all, okay? But if you're like me, when you watch a movie, you like an opportunity to get in there and talk in depth about a movie. Okay. Now I'm that movie nerd where I watch a movie, okay, particularly one that I like. And I'm that guy that's been looking around. I'll start like conversations with people like my brothers, sisters, some friends or whatever. And, I'll be like, yeah, remember that scene in the movie there, like in that second act, where that detective, he drew his gun on that guy. And right about at that point, their eyes just start glossing over because they're like, I don't care. I don't care about movies as much as you, Van. Jeez, let it go. It's just a movie, okay? So it's hard for me to find that person, that I can talk in depth about movies, okay? Because most people watch the movies and they're like, okay, let's go home and like do laundry. Okay, not me. Okay, I want to talk about the movies in depth. And this live stream gives you that opportunity to talk in depth about this week's movie, which happens to be The Flash, okay? In this case, okay? And we got Beer Drinking Trev in the live chat here. So, and Beer Drinking Trev is asking, what even is this place? Yes, I know. I ask myself the same question sometimes. I don't know. Somebody just put a bag over my head, knocked me out, took the bag off my head, and I'm sitting here in this chair and I'm doing this live stream, okay? Pay no attention to the guy with the gun over there, okay? So pointing at my head. He's making me do this live stream, okay? Okay, so yeah, let's get right into The Flash here instead of me yapping over here. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh, I didn't mean for that to pop up there. Oh man, Ezra Miller. Oh man, am I impugning the good, wholesome name of Ezra Miller? Oh man, sorry about that. Okay. Beer Drinking Trav here. See, I'm always keeping my eye on the live chat here. Beer Drinking Trav says, anyone else trying to rewatch Deep Rising after Treat Williams' death? It's a good question. That's a good question right there. So yeah, Deep Rising, I haven't seen that in a long time. So just another reason for me to check that out. Also check out 1941 with Treat Williams in there. So he's actually best known for Prince of the City, which came out like in 1981, 1982. I believe that was the movie back in the early 80s that was supposed to launch Treat Williams, like trying to make him Tom Cruise before Tom Cruise was even a thing, right? Trying to make him the next Robert Redford or Paul Newman or whatever. And it just didn't happen for him, man. Like Prince of the City is a good movie, but it just didn't happen for him. Now Prince of the City, like he plays a detective in New York, and it's got Jerry Orbach in it as well. Jerry Orbach, you probably know him best as Baby's dad on Dirty Dancing. Okay, so I know I'm going on. But yeah, that's a great mention there. Beer Drinking Trev. So about Treat Williams, man, I'll tell you, we gotta drink one for Treat Williams. All right. So, yeah, great mention here. So, all right, we got Darth Jason live chatting here. Hello, Turtle. Yes, absolutely. All right. Yes. Getting the interaction going here. Yeah. So I feel it's like one big happy Movies America spoiler warning family in here. Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's get into The Flash here, which I probably said that about 27 times already. Okay. So, I like to go through the synopsis of the movie here. And the whole reason I do that is just so that gives you time to live chat with me and ask questions and comments, as I'm going through the synopsis and whatnot. And I can't guarantee that I'm going to miss a part of the movie here and there and that kind of thing. I will not give you that guarantee because I cannot live up to that guarantee. I'm going to go off of fuzzy memory. Okay. It's going to do what I can do. And, it's that's all I could do, right?
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Yep, you can. Okay, so let's get right into it. All right, so first off, we start off with, in the movie The Flash, of course, that's what we're talking about. So we've got Barry the Flash. He's, walking around, I think it's Metropolis, I think. And he's looking for some calories, right? Because when you're the Flash, you're burning all kinds of calories, right? You're getting into the Flash Force, right? Or the Speed Force, whatever it is, and you're burning up calories. So he's going in there and he's going to some hoity-toity bagel shop or coffee shop. I'm going to get a breakfast sandwich, which I don't get that because, okay, as much energy as you expel being the Flash, I don't think a teeny tiny little breakfast sandwich is going to cut it, okay? I think you need to get like some Michael Phelps quantities of calories there
That's a little bitty little breakfast sandwich, made by a barista.
Now you're gonna need more than that. Okay, so what was it, like a PBJRKWD40OU812? That's what he called the sandwich or something like that. And apparently, like, there was a girl that typically at that coffee shop that makes a sandwich that he was into, or he just knows that she makes the sandwich right for him. Okay, and of course she's off, and so you get some doofus hipster there that is a complete dick to him. So anyway, so that's where we're at, beginning with that. He's late for work and that kind of thing. And then he gets a call from Alfred, I believe. Okay, gets a call from Alfred, and letting him know, Alfred's like, hey, the Flash, we need you, man. You're part of the Justice League. All right, you're on the clock, pal. And we've got an emergency that Batman needs your help with, okay? And so that's, Barry Allen, neurotic Barry Allen, the most neurotic superhero out there. He's like, oh my God, I got to get into work, but I'm going to be late for work. But he's getting distracted by Alfred. And so he's late for work. He's hungry. He needs calories. Otherwise, I don't know if he's going to die or something like that there. So, hey, we got a comment here on YouTube. We got Liam Allen, only in the first 15 minutes, though. Okay, so, yeah. I don't know if that's in regards to something that I said here at the beginning. So, that's what happens when you yap so much and then someone comments here and I'm not paying attention to the comments. I lose track of what the comment is in regards to. So that's not the last time that's going to happen. Okay, I guarantee you that. But so, yeah, he runs outside. Barry Allen runs outside. He's got his Flash suit on. And he's got some fans out there, right? And he's talking to Alfred, and he's trying to convince Alfred, like, or trying to persuade Alfred, like, you don't need me, okay? I don't want to go. I got to get to work. I'm gonna be late. All right. I got some doofus over here making my breakfast sandwich, and I'm waiting on that. So what? Now I got to help out Batman? Like, what the hell, And then he has some fans out there on the side. They're like, "We love you, Flash," that kind of thing. And one thing that did kind of make me chuckle a little bit is, like, one of the fans on the sidewalk is eating a candy bar or a sandwich or something like that, and then Barry Allen's like, "Are you actively eating that right now? Can I have that?" And then he has to look away. She throws the sandwich or whatever it is and hits him in the side of his head. So that was pretty good here. Let me check out the live chat here on the Professor side. Professor Savage Dad, show me your titties. That sounds like a question, and no, not going to do it. Not on the first date, man. Not on the first date. So I need to be wined and dined to romance first. Professor Savage, I just ate a Korean barbecue chimichanga. I have plenty of calories. Man, that'll do it. That'll do it. And then Professor Savage, funny because Ezra Miller is always on the cock. Oh, there you go. I like those cocky puns. But yeah, so we've got Ezra Miller. Well, yeah, Ezra Miller. We got Barry Allen, the Flash. He's trying to get out of doing his job. Okay, do your job, Flash. Okay, you're part of the Justice League. All right, screw your sandwich and screw your freedom. Okay. So then Alfred, convinces him, like, hey, you're part of the Justice League. You're on the cock, Professor Savage. You're on the cock. And so he's got to rush off to help out with this hospital, okay, that's under attack. And you get like some, I believe, some bank robbers or something like that, some terrorists. I don't know, maybe they're bank robbers / terrorists that, they ended up at the hospital, or they're at the hospital at some point. I think they blew something up, that kind of thing. And so the hospital's collapsing, okay? And the reason I didn't catch the particulars about that is because I think right about that at the beginning of the movie, I was thinking about how hungry I was because I hadn't eaten yet. Okay, so that's why I didn't quite grasp all the particulars as far as exactly what's going on. All I know is some big disasters happening involving a hospital. Okay, and then this is where we get to one of the cringiest, shittiest CGI scenes in the movie, because if you've been paying attention at all to this movie, you've probably heard, or pay attention to like the media or articles or reading up on this. You probably heard that the CGI in this movie is just atrocious.
No, God, please, no.
Yep, afraid so. And so this scene with the hospital and some babies dropping out of the hospital is one of the epic terrible CGI moments of this movie. Okay, and so the hospital's collapsing. These babies are rolling out of the hospital. Okay, out in they're going to fall to their deaths, and then this is where this movie tries to mimic the scene from X-Men: Days of Future Past. Remember when Quicksilver, I believe, he had that scene where they're busting out Magneto, right? And you got like the federal agents and they're firing bullets at Magneto and Professor X, and then Quicksilver, I believe, is who it is. Quicksilver, they basically they go into freeze frame, right? They go into Quicksilver mode, and then the Jim Croce comes on with that "Time in a Bottle" song, and Quicksilver saves the day, right? And so they're stealing that scene in a sense for this scene with the Flash and the babies falling out of the hospital and their caretaker, and then even get a service dog that's falling out of the hospital. Okay, and so then you just look at the babies and they're just like the CGI is just so like too smoothed over, and there's not enough definition to it. It's almost like that you remember way back, was it the 90s or the early 2000s, like the early days of the internet, where they had that dancing baby meme. Remember that? And then like Ally McBeal, they had the dancing baby on there. These babies kind of look like that a little bit. Okay, that's how bad the CGI was. Okay, and now I think it's the director, Andy Muschietti. He's the one who came out and he was like, well, the CGI was supposed to look that way. Okay, it's the perspective of the Flash. No, that's not why. It's because you guys rushed the CGI because you guys are the biggest whip crackers on the VFX, the special effects plantation. Okay, because you guys should read into that. Like the visual effects, the CGI. The reason that it looks like dog shit a lot of times is because DC and Marvel and other studios that have all these CGI heavy movies, they're like cracking a whip. They're like, make them special effects doggies. Come on, come on. Like cracking a whip on these CGI companies, these VFX companies. And so the poor VFX slaves are like having to stay overtime and that kind of thing. And they're having to half-ass the CGI. So that's why you have shitty CGI scenes like this scene in the Flash there. Let's check out the live chat on Rumble. We got Professor Savage. Given how mentally ill and drug addict, given how mentally ill and the fact that drug addict is Ezra Miller, is I can see where the director is coming from on that. He was saying, oh no, this is just what Ezra sees because he's a mentally deranged addict. Yeah, maybe it's supposed to look like a bad trip or something, right? I've been shown the light. Thank you, Professor. Thank you. So that explains it all right there. But then as part of this scene, as you can see here, we've got the baby in the microwave. Yeah, so apparently the writers thought that it would be a good idea to have a part of this movie where you're sticking a baby in a microwave, okay? Now, I have a very dark sense of humor, okay? It takes a lot to offend me, okay? So I get what they were going for with the baby in a microwave kind of thing. Like they're trying to have this dark sense of humor. They're trying to kind of be like Tim Burton. Tim Burton movies are kind of dark and gothic, and they have like this morose kind of sense of humor. So I get what they were going for, but it's hard for it to be a good look when you've got a baby involved, particularly when you're putting a baby in where you put your hot pockets. Okay, it's not a good look. It's an A for effort, but an F for execution. Okay, so, so that's a moment in the Flash that is quite viral. You're seeing a lot of talk about that on Twitter and social media and whatnot. So everyone's like, "Oh my God, he put a baby in the microwave! What the Superman never did that!" So it's quite controversial. Okay, so it's nuts. Absolutely right there. But with the Flash saving all these kids, all right, here we just have to be reminded to
look at those babies.
Yes, exactly. Not okay. Wrong kind of babies, I guess. Okay, but so he does this Quicksilver thing. He saves all the babies. Okay, and that scene is over with. And then, of course, they cut to the good part of this action scene where you've got Batman. They cut back to Batman in this chase scene. It's Ben Affleck's Batman. He's chasing down the bank robbers / terrorists or whatever you want to call them. And so the Flash is just pretty much like,
I gotta go take them.
yes, okay. So he's holding the fort down with the babies, and then so then the adults are in charge now. Okay, we've got the Batman, and he's chasing down the terrorists. And it's a pretty good action scene. I liked it. I dug it. Some good action. You got some good gunplay. You got the Bat Pod and Batman doing his thing, and so we've got the terrorists, and they finally end up like on a bridge or something like that, and the Batman's just kicking some ass, and even does like some kind of water skiing thing. He's gliding on the road, on his cable, that kind of thing. And you get to a point where one of the terrorists has got like what the deadly chemicals, that kind of thing in this case, and they fall off the side of the bridge. And then you get, lo and behold, a Wonder Woman shows up. Yes, we got Gal Gadot, however you want to say her name. And Wonder Woman, she shows up. All spoilers. But hey, too late. Spoiler warning, live stream. All right, drink to that. Oh yeah. So you get Gal Gadot showing up as Wonder Woman because you have to have like a cameo or a number of cameos to kind of get people to watch your movie, okay? Because if you don't think like your screenplay is good enough, you got to lure people with like the jingling keys, right? Like a lot of filmmakers that think of moviegoers as like cats, you're like just shining the laser around, okay? Like cats are, where's that laser at? Where's that laser at? Well, in the case of movies, you get these cameos or these unexpected character appearances are like the lasers, and we're the cats. Okay, that's supposed to make us watch the movie. So in this particular scene, you got the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the laser. Okay, that is supposed to entice us to watch it. Okay,
I'm a dumbass.
Yep. And so then you got a kind of a funny moment here where you get Wonder Woman's lasso of truth surrounding the Flash and Batman. And this is the part of the movie where you get like the one woke part of the movie. And because Batman, Bruce Wayne, has got the lasso of truth wrapped around him, he's telling the truth, right? That's a lasso of truth, right? And so then he says something along the lines like, well, the world would be better off, or I'll be better off if I just gave all my money to everybody else, kind of a communism, socialism kind of phrase that he throws out there because the lasso of truth, is around him, that kind of thing. And so it's kind of one of the writers or, multiple writers' way of kind of trying to, wrap their arms around the idea of communism. Hey, if you make money, you don't get to keep it. You got to give it to everybody else. Maybe you might keep a little bit for yourself, but your money is going to them and them and them and them and them and them and them. Okay. And maybe if you're nice, we'll let you keep. Maybe if we're nice, we'll let you keep a little bit of it. So that's kind of the only kind of woke kind of part of this movie. Okay. And then you get the Flash, and he's like, yeah, I know what sex is, but I've never had it. Okay. So yeah, he definitely didn't.
I got some booty. I got some booty. I got some booty.
Yeah, the Flash has never been able to say that, apparently. Thanks, and we all know that now, thanks to the lasso of truth. Okay. So then we get the terrorists, the bank robbers, whatever the hell they are. They're foiled, right? Okay, and that's the end of that scene. Now, to be honest, this is the part of the movie where I ended up I pretty much just went. I had to go take a piss. Okay, so I had to leave the theater, and whatever happened, from that point, I have no idea like what happened for the next 5 minutes. Okay, because I had to go water the daisies. Okay, so but I think what happened in this part of the movie is I think that there might have been some flashbacks. The Flash where he basically had a flashback back to his mom being killed, maybe, or something like that, and his dad finding her, that kind of thing, because they keep showing that scene in shows and whatnot, and that I see about the Flash, and I'm looking at that, I'm like, I don't remember seeing that in the movie. And I was like, oh, that's probably when I went to go water the daisies. Okay, whenever I went to take care of that old
Schlong COVID.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Tucker. But I think that was the next part. But anyway, so then when I came back, from Water and the Daisies there. I did see, where like the Flash, he's talking to Bruce Wayne, so Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, and he's talking about Bruce Wayne. He's having a little heart-to-heart with Bruce Wayne about going back in time, okay? Because I guess before this scene, he had run so fast, okay, that I guess he, broke the sound barrier. He basically ran fast enough to basically go back in time, I guess, is the easiest way to put it there. And
Homo.
I know I can't get my shit straight here. So then and so Bruce is, he's hearing him talk about traveling back in time, and understandably, Bruce being a smart guy, he's like, no, don't do that. I mean, haven't you ever heard of the butterfly effect? You change one thing, you don't think you're changing anything, and it changes all kinds of shit. Okay, it's like don't do it, there, dumbass. Okay, you stay put, Barry Allen. Now that's the part where I'm like, okay, Bruce, did Batman just not think that that Barry Allen was going to do this? Because I would think that if I was Bruce Wayne, I'd be like, okay, this Barry Allen guy, he's kind of a dumbass, and he gets some kooky ideas in his head. And not only does he get kooky ideas in his head, he actually runs with them. Okay, so I'd be surprised, Bruce Wayne didn't grab the Flash, like lock him in his bat dungeon or his bat cave or something like that to keep him from traveling back in time. Okay, and destroying timelines and that kind of thing. But you know what? Hey, if he did that, I guess we wouldn't have a movie, right? We wouldn't have the Flash at all. So hey, we can't have that happening. That's going to be a problem for the story. All right. So we get we've got another Reaper here in the live chat on Rumble here. So we got 123 Mad Dash here. So hey, welcome here to the live chat on Rumble here. So yep, and hey, let me try this on for size for you guys, Reapers. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, all right, welcome, Reapers, assemble. Yes, all right. How's that treating you right there? So yeah, so get on in here, and hey, the more Reapers that get in here, the better chance I'll never do that again. Because Reapers are probably like, don't ever do that again. I'm sorry I came into your show. Okay, don't ever do that thing ever again. So, but the best way for you to get me to not ever do that again is to join the show. Okay, yeah, that's what we call blackmail. Absolutely. Okay, so that's how we do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So where were we? Oh, yes, that's right. We've got Barry. And he was like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to go back in time. Okay. Now he's only doing that. He only decides to do that after he gets a visit from Iris West. Okay. So I guess Iris West is like somebody he went to school with or something like that. Okay. And went to college with. And she pays him a visit because apparently, she's got the hots for old Barry here. Well, for what reason, I have no idea. But she visits him. They start talking, and Barry realizes, like, hey, all I got to do is make sure that my dad doesn't have to run to the store to get some tomatoes, because it was when his dad, Henry Allen, I believe is his name, when Henry Allen, his dad, runs up to the grocery store, that's when somebody breaks in to Barry's house and kills Barry's mom, okay? And so Barry Allen's got the bright idea of, like, I'm going to go back in time, and all I have to do is go to the grocery store, and when my mom goes grocery shopping there, and I'm gonna make sure she doesn't forget the tomatoes there. And I'm gonna just put the tomatoes in the grocery cart. She won't forget them. Dad won't have to go to the grocery store, and he's gonna be there when whoever breaks into the house, and my mom's gonna live. Okay, that's the whole idea. Okay, and so then we progress from there. He does his running thing. He's running so fast that he can, go back in time. And so when he runs, apparently he, shows up in the time travel version of medieval times, right? It's like some arena, okay, some stadium that he ends up in. Beer burp. All right. And so he's in this arena. The Chronodome, I think, is the technical name for it in the movie, the Chronodome. And so in this arena, he's looking around. He's like, oh, I could see all these timelines, all these moments in time, that kind of thing. and then he can jump to that moment in time in the Chrono Dome. Okay, I don't know why I'm looking over there. Anyway, so he does that. So he is moving along to the in time, and he meets his younger version of himself. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I couldn't stammer that out there for a second because I couldn't believe it. Okay, it's unbelievable. And we got Beer Drinking Trev in the live chat. He says that baby is just so happy in that picture. I can't get over it. Yeah, that's because he's keeping warm because he's got him in a microwave. My God, Ezra Miller. I thought you did some crazy shit in real life, but my God, you're microwaving a baby like it's a bean burrito. I tell you, it's crazy. But so he ends up back. Barry Allen, goes back in time or goes into a different timeline, I guess, and a different universe, as it turns out. Okay, and he ends up at his old house. Okay, and he walks in. His mom's in the kitchen. Hey, Mom, how you doing? That kind of thing. His dad gets home, and they start having dinner, that kind of thing. And then he's talking to his mom and dad. He looks out the window, and there's his younger self. I think like Barry 10 years ago is what it is. And so he sees him, and he's like, oh, shit. Okay. And so he just has to jump out there. He has to tackle his younger self. Okay. And that's where we see an even more annoying version of Barry Allen, if you could believe that, right? I know you probably didn't think that was possible. Okay. But this movie goes, even worse from.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Yeah, so it's getting even worse, okay, because now we got two Ezra Millers to deal with in this movie, okay? And there might be some people that are like, oh, hey, the more Ezra Miller, the better. I am not that guy, okay? So, and that was even before I knew that he had a rap sheet longer than the end credits to this movie, okay? So it has nothing to do with that. I just didn't think, like, he's very good at playing the Flash, playing Barry Allen. I thought Grant Gustin from the Flash TV show was better than Ezra Miller. But, hey, that's just my opinion, hey, and, if you don't like that, what are you going to do?
Be offended.
Yep, exactly. So then, Barry Allen, the younger Barry Allen has to come into terms like, oh my God, this is my older self. What the hell? What's going on? And so older Barry Allen, figures out or, brings him up to speed as far as what's going on. And younger Barry Allen's like psyched because he hears like, oh man, I'm going to get powers. I'm going to be the Flash. What the hell? I get to run really fast. Whoa, what? What's going on? And so at that point, the older Barry's like, yeah, but you don't have your powers yet. And matter of fact, today is the day that you get your powers. Actually, tonight's okay. So they have to go and go to the lab, I believe. And older Barry's got to put younger Barry in the same chair in the same location, where the lightning struck him, and the lightning struck the chemicals, and then that coated coated Barry Allen, and that's what turned him into the Flash originally, that kind of thing. And they basically get that going where Barry Allen, they get it in place. And so the younger Barry Allen's like, wait, I got to get electrocuted? What the hell? No, I am not going to do that, And so it's basically being exactly. So, and so while they're tussling, trying to get the younger Barry Allen in his chair in the position where the lightning could turn him into the Flash, right? The older Barry Allen gets in the way of the lightning bolt, okay? And so that he loses his powers because the lightning bolt hits him first, and then younger Barry gets hit with a lightning bolt. He gets powers, and then Barry Allen loses his powers. So I'm guessing if you get hit by lightning first, you get powers. If you get hit by lightning the second time, you lose your powers. So it's kind of like an off switch, I guess, a little light switch going on there. That's how it works. I mean, so it's really complicated, I'll tell you. Very, very intense, that's for sure. So then at that point, older Barry realizes he lost his powers. Younger Barry gets his powers. Okay, so now old Barry needs to, play Yoda, and show young Luke Skywalker here, who just got his Flash powers, how to use them and that kind of thing. And so that dynamic starts off in the movie. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So, hey, you know what? Let's break it up a little bit. I just want to let you guys know all about our website, the tdpn.locals.com. And I'm going to tell you about that, and then we'll get back to the Flash and the synopsis and all that. And you can live chat with me and throw your questions, your comments my way, that kind of thing. And Reapers, I want to hear from you. Reapers, I want to hear from you. Okay, and hopefully more Reapers show up in the live chat here on Rumble. Okay, so because I hope you're sending smoke signals, you're calling, you're texting. Okay, you're doing whatever, communicate with the rest of the Reapers and everybody else. Professor Savage, Jab, Bear Drinking Trev, like Calle, your first cousin, your second cousin, your third cousin, your grandma, your grandpa, your dog, your accountant, everybody. Let them know about this show. Get them watching, get them chatting. Okay, I want to hear from everybody. Okay, all right. I want the 1,000,000-man march in my show right now. Okay, that's all I ask. I don't ask for much, right? But hey, with that being said, so back to tdpn.locals.com, okay? And TDPN stands for Till Death Podcast Network. Now, why am I mentioning tdpn.locals.com? Well, because that's the website where here at the Till Death Podcast Network, we have all our excellent, fantastic, mind-blowing content. Like, we've got videos, we've got blogs, we've got articles, all about movies and entertainment. We got politics. We got drink recipes. I mean, we've got like spicy old-fashioned recipes right there. If you like a good spicy old-fashioned, you like your cocktails. Cock. Oh, there you go, Professor. There's another cock mention there for you. You get articles and videos about hot button topics, politics, that kind of thing. Okay. We've got more. There's a Reaper there. Yes, in the live chat from the Rumble side. Yeah, get on in here. And so you just go to tdpn.locals.com. Okay. And as you see at the bottom there, if you put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 month free membership. Okay. 1 month free. And then after that, it's like just $3 a month minimum. Okay. $3 a month. Okay. That's like a box of Twinkies. Okay. A box of ho-hos. No, not hos. Ho-hos. Okay. Don't everyone get excited. Okay. Ho-hos. Okay. Which ho-hos is something to be excited about too. Ho-hos are quite delicious with a big glass of milk or maybe some coffee. Okay. I digress. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Okay. So tdpn.locals.com. Get there. Okay. And actually, like I said, if you put in promo code TDPN, you get that 1 free month. You can go there right now. And at tdpn.locals.com, I've got this event going on there right now, which I call Movies America Mad Libs. And the whole idea behind it is it's a movie script, okay? And I've written the first few lines of this movie script on the website there. But I'm not writing the whole script. I'm not writing it. You are, okay? And that's the Mad Libs part of Movies America Mad Libs. You get in there and you can write the next few lines of the script or the next, or even more than the next few lines. You can keep on going. And then myself, Momoa, yours truly, and then Ian and Sean, the other couple parts of the unholy trinity of the TDPN network there, we're gonna have to live read what you write. Okay, you write the script. Okay, and there's 3 characters in the script that you can write lines for. Okay, and one of them, her name is Patsy Penicillin. Okay, and she is a hairdresser / hoa. She's a hoa. Okay, and so you can imagine the fun you could have with that character. Okay, what you could write in the script for that, where either myself or Ian or Sean we're gonna have to read that. We're gonna have to read off live on this show here, coming up on an episode very soon. You're gonna have to read that, okay, as those characters, whatever you write here on this show, okay, coming up here pretty soon. And so, yeah, if you go on tdpn.locals.com, you can get in on that, okay? And just look for Movies America Mad Libs, okay? So, like they say in Spaceballs, do your worst, okay? Yes. Okay, well, that is enough of that, okay? And let's get on with the Flash. Okay, so where are we at here? We've got so he's basically Barry. He realizes he doesn't have his powers, and they realize, oh shit. Okay, we got at some point here. Actually, he realizes that General Zod from Man of Steel, right? So General Zod has shown up on planet Earth, and older Barry knows what's going on with General Zod. He knows what he's here to do. He's going to terraform the Earth, and, kill everybody, that kind of thing. And so at that point, older Barry is like, shit, we need to, get the rest of the superheroes. Okay. We got to find Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Superman. And oh shit. Holy shit. In this universe, there are no metahumans. There is no Superman, no Wonder Woman. Okay. The closest there is to a superhero is Batman, who is a superhero. Okay. But he just doesn't have superpowers. Right. Okay. And so they realized that there is, Batman is a thing here in this universe if Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg are not a thing, right? And so they go to find Batman, and who do they find? Yeah, they find this guy. Yep, we got Michael Keaton reprising his Batman character, from the 89 Tim Burton Batman movie, and then the 1992 Tim Burton Batman Returns movie there. And but they don't realize that it is Batman at first because they go to Wayne Manor, right? They broke in. Wayne Manor's all busted down, broken down, bad repair. Apparently, Alfred's probably kicked the bucket, that kind of thing. By this point, they break in, and it looks like the person who lives there is like one of the one of the homeless residents of your average California town. Just some homeless dude living there. But lo and behold, it turns out, it's Michael Keaton's Batman. He hasn't been over to hasn't been to Fantastic Sam's in a while. He hasn't been to Supercuts and hasn't got a haircut for a while, and so that's why he looks like a homeless guy. And so they get into a tussle. Okay, so Batman is kicking some ass, but of course by this time, younger Barry's got his flash powers, right? And so he can stand up to Batman, where older Barry doesn't have any power, so he's getting his ass kicked. Okay, by Michael Keaton's Batman. Okay, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. Mad Dash. He says the best part, in my opinion, of this film, Keaton Batman. Yep, he's definitely one of the best parts. I'd say him. I like, and then the next best part I think is Ben Affleck's Batman. And then I also like Sasha Calle as Supergirl. But yeah, it was cool to see Michael Keaton as Batman. The reason I think that he's the best part is just because, you just get nostalgic for, at least for me, that's the reason that I thought he was the best part. It's just because I'm nostalgic for, Michael Keaton from the 89 and 92 Batman films. Because, hey, I'm an old guy. I saw the original 89 Batman, at the theaters. Okay. I remember that. I remember when it was like this big sensation. Because it had been a while since there had been a Batman movie. I'm trying to remember like the previous Batman movie before the 89 Batman. I don't know if maybe it was like that late 60s Batman movie with with Adam West and Burt Ward. That might have been probably was like an animated Batman movie, but like a live action Batman movie. I can't remember the previous Batman movie before the 89 Batman. So because of that was a massive worldwide event. Okay, that was a big cinematic event back then, and then of course I remember at that point, everyone was like, Michael Keaton, Batman, what the fuck? Like what? Like Mr. Mom is Batman? What? And I was kind of thinking the same thing a little bit myself. I liked Michael Keaton. I thought he was hilarious in Johnny Dangerously and Mr. Mom and Beetlejuice. I thought he was hilarious in those movies. Gung Ho was another movie he was in by that time. The Dream Team. But I was like, what? Batman? What the hell? Wait, what are they doing with Michael Keaton as Batman? And then, of course, he proved us all wrong, and he blended in beautifully. He fit into the role of Bruce Wayne, Batman, like a glove, okay? And Tim Burton, apparently, showed he knew what he was doing. And, of course, obviously, Tim Burton and Michael Keaton had that Beetlejuice connection, right? And then Michael Keaton, apparently was so good. Not friggin' like Batman, the 1989 movie, Batman made like the gross domestic product of Uruguay, at the box office. It made a shitload of money. And so, as you know, if any movie makes more than $17 at the box office, we're going to have a sequel. Well, this movie made like 17 gazillion billion trillion, dollars. And so they were going to have a sequel. So, of course, came out Batman Returns in 1992. Okay. So yeah, that's the biggest reason for me why I think Michael Keaton's Batman is like the tippy top of the best part of this movie here. And yeah, 1, 2, 3. You saw the movie in the theater as well back in 1989. Yeah, it was a big phenomenon. But Darth Jason's like, won't see Flash, but he loved the 89 Batman as well and Returns, even cheesy as it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that it definitely had Tim Burton's signature on those movies because Tim Burton, there's one filmmaker that Tim Burton is definitely not like, and that's Christopher Nolan. Okay, Christopher Nolan goes for like realism in his movies, like kind of a gritty realism where you can almost believe that like the Dark Knight and Batman Begins like would happen in real life. With Tim Burton, he's very fantastical, right? I mean, just check out Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, and then his Batman movies. They're very fantastical. And then the Danny Elfman score helps, with the fantastical part of it and that kind of thing. And so, but I thought at first, when I first watched the 89 Batman and I saw just kind of the look of it and the Danny Elfman movie or Danny Elfman music, I wasn't quite sure I was going to like it. But then when you realize kind of what Tim Burton's going for with that, and you're just trying to make it kind of this more stylistic movie, then you really, you can kind of get into the Tim Burton Batman movies, and they just kind of fit in like a good, well-worn, comfortable pair of shoes, right? So, so that was again, so Michael Keaton Batman in this movie, The Flash was the best part of it for me. And he just dropped right back in the role like it was just last year that he was in that 89 Batman role. But so younger Flash with the powers, he reins in Bruce Wayne, and finally the fight ends, and then the fight ends, and Bruce Wayne even makes him dinner. Okay, he's making some spaghetti for him, making him some spaghetti that kind of gives him the opportunity to explain what the older Barry has just done by traveling back in time, so to speak. Okay, he's explaining to him that he's just in a different universe. Okay, he's in like kind of a divergent universe, if I could put it that way. And so there's all these different universes, and they meet here or there, that kind of thing. They intersect here or there, and he illustrates that with a bowl of spaghetti. Okay. And it's a good thing he was having spaghetti and not like fettuccine, because that would have been a little hard some eggshell pasta or something. It would have been a little hard, or some rotini. Would have been a little hard to illustrate that. But fortunately for him, they were having spaghetti that day. Okay, so we got Darth. 1, 2, 3 is like the worst Batman director, Joel Schumacher. I will agree with the one with Batman and Robin. I guess, because if you're comparing it like to Tim Burton and Christopher Nolan, which is what you're comparing him, Joel Schumacher to, I would agree with that, because I did like Batman Forever, but it's still not as good a movie as Batman Returns and the 89 Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy. Oh, and then of course we've got Zack Snyder. Obviously he's has the Ben Affleck, the Batfleck. The Ben Affleck Batman there as well. So I would agree with that. So all that to say is I would agree with you there. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely. Now Joel Schumacher makes other good movies. It's just his Batman movies are subpar compared to the rest of them. Like Joel Schumacher did Flatliners and The Lost Boys. Okay. Those are fantastic movies. I think we can all agree. All right. Or at least The Lost Boys are, right? So I think we can all drink to that. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, what else we got here for some live chats here? We got Darth Jason. No lies detected. Good to know. We try not to lie here. Darth Jason goes on to say, I always thought Keaton did the best job of playing Batman and Bruce Wayne and making them separate people. I'm a Christian Bale fan as far as Batman and Bruce Wayne. I liked it. Now, the one thing that's kind of getting on my nerves more and more as time goes on is the voice, right? Like, look at me, that kind of thing, like, do I look like a cop? That whole voice, I could see like where that's kind of annoying right there. But I thought Christian Bale, his Bruce Wayne was spot on. I think hands down, Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne is number one. Okay. He's got that, he's got that humility to him, but he's got that suave, that swagger. He's like, the James Bondiest, if that's I'm just inventing words here. Bruce Wayne there, that's out there, right? Okay. Especially like when he's in the restaurant, the hotel, and he's got the two girls with him, in Batman Begins, and they're playing around in the water, and he's talking about he just bought the hotel, and he's making some new rules for the pool area, that kind of thing, and then he's just got this very smarmy Bruce Wayne. He could turn on the Bruce Wayne charm and snarkiness on, just on a dime, right? But then he never forgets that he's Batman, and it just his Batman, I think, kicks ass right there. But yes, I mean, but Michael Keaton, I definitely like what he does as Bruce Wayne as well. He's kind of more of a subdued Bruce Wayne when you watch him with like Kim Basinger and that kind of thing, and he kind of livens it up a little bit more in Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer, that kind of thing. So who else we got here? We got 1, 2, 3 Mad Dash Death Metal Batman, Christian Bale. I loved it. And yep, he likes Bale's portrayal of Bruce as well. So yeah, and I remember like before Batman Begins came out, I was one of those guys who were like, oh my God, another Batman movie? Like how many times are they going to reboot the Batman franchise? How many times are they going to do it? And the reason I was saying that is because I still had the bad taste of Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin, in my mouth there. And that movie came out, 1997, and Batman Begins came out in 2005. So apparently, 8 years, that still hadn't been enough time to get rid of that bad taste of Batman and Robin right there, but apparently that movie hadn't been put on ice, as Mr. Freeze from Arnold Schwarzenegger would have said there in Batman and Robin. So that's yeah. If you like bad puns, just check out Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin. So yeah. So let's move on up here with the episode there, with the movie. So then Batman, they're trying to convince him to help them go out there and help save the world from General Zod, right? And at first, Michael Keaton's Batman obligatorily, I guess, just says, nope, I'm not going to help you, which I thought was kind of head scratching right there, because the Barrys just told him that there's this General Zod, he's going to destroy the planet. And Michael Keaton's Batman's first instinct is like, nope, not going to help you. It's like, you do realize you're part of the planet too, dude, right? You're gonna get destroyed as well. And you said the reason that you're not Batman anymore is because you basically kicked the crap out of crime in Gotham, and so apparently you used to fight crime. Now we're telling you there's a general that isn't just going to rob a bank or shoot some politician. We've got a guy, he's going to destroy the planet. And your first instinct is to go, nope, we're not going to help you. So, yeah, but at first, yeah, the Barrys can't get Michael Keaton, to help him out.
Crash and burn, huh, Mav?
Yep. So, but that's what we've got going on so far. So then the Barrys, they sneak into the Batcave, and they're checking out the Batcave, looking around like, well, this is some primo real estate. Wow, this is amazing. And it was kind of cool to see like a Batcave from the 89 and 92 Batman movies. I think they kind of tried to remedy that or mimic it as much as they possibly could from those movies there. Now, the house, they got pretty close, but they didn't quite get the house right, because when they walk into the room with all the armor, the battle armor and that kind of thing in there. Well, the original Batman 89, there was no windows, okay? And in this one, there's windows you can see outside, that kind of thing, okay? So they didn't get it quite right, but you know what? Hey, they got it pretty close right there. So, and that's more power to them, right?
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
I know. I'm born to guess. So let's keep it going. Yeah. So, but hey, let me check out the live chat here real quick here. Yeah, Schumacher was terrible. His movie was so cartoony. Absolutely. Let's check here. Yeah. So yeah, Liam says they kind of needed to explain how Keaton knows how the multiverse works. Like if they just said he read up on theory or something in his loads of spare time after he fixed Gotham, that would be fine. Yeah, I mean, like, just, say, like, I went to, multiverse.com, and I read all about it, there you go. Or, they had a TED Talk all about it, and that's how I learned about it, yeah. And then Darth Jason, I'd like to see a proper portrayal of Thomas Wayne's Batman. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they could have followed, the Flashpoint story here, and we would have had Thomas Wayne's Batman in this right there. And I think that, I think, what was it? What's his face? Played Thomas Wayne's Batman from The Walking Dead and Watchmen. Chad, help me out here. I can't remember the actor's name, but I love the guy. Apparently, I love the guy so much, the actor so much. I can't remember his name right there, but got some good back and forth here going on in the live chat. Got right Liam, but he's Batman. He knows everything. Right. He's not just Batman. He's God. Okay, he knows everything right there. They could have easily written it into the story through the use of the Mobius chair. Yep. And Liam goes on to say, bro, really goes past for no reason, straight up defies the character. Kind of a rip for the writers, but there's more that's even worse. Yeah. That's just the beginning of the problems with this movie right here. So I'm going to try to catch all the live chats here, but if I happen to miss one, don't be offended, okay? So it is not anything personal because we've got to go on and get on with the show. Got to keep it moving. Yeah, you bet. All right, so let's get on with the rest of the show here. So then finally they're in the Batcave, and older Barry's, at Batman's computer, which I thought was kind of rude, right? He's like getting all up in Batman shit, and it's, maybe Batman was trying to download a movie from iTunes or something like that, and here's Barry getting on his laptop, getting on his computer console. Maybe he's like trying to download the latest, season of Succession or something. And no, there's Barry. He's just, making himself right at home in the Batcave. So, but then Barry realizes, he sees the video camera right there, sees the camera there, and realizes that Bruce Wayne is watching him, and he's trying to reach out to Bruce Wayne and trying to persuade him and have a heart-to-heart with him, like, please help us out, like, you're gonna die too, dumbass. Okay. So then finally Keaton's Batman decides to help them out after all. Okay, so and the movie moves on from there. Okay, hey, let me let you know here a little bit about something else here. So because I'm getting thirsty. Okay, I don't know about you guys. You guys are probably drinking some beers right there. But yeah, let's get a little brew review time going on. What do you say? All right, everybody. Yes, let's get to old Michael Keaton off the old screen. There we go. So we've got the Batman. We got the beer, the star of the show. Absolutely. So, hey, everybody, try to pronounce that bad boy right there. So if I get my finger out of the way. There we go. So, yep, try to pronounce that. So, yeah, we've got some Stefan is my understanding is how you pronounce that. I'm probably getting some shit advice as far as how you pronounce that right there. But Stefan, Stefaner, so is how you pronounce that right there. So, and I'm making myself sound like the ugly American, I'm sure, right there. I'm sure some German is listening or watching the show is like, you did not pronounce that the right way. Okay, so yes, and that's my expert German accent right there. I do expert impressions. So as you could probably tell from my commentary, this is from Germany. This is from the motherland. Okay, and this is the wife and Stefan Vitus. Yes. And it's got the 7.7 alcohol by volume, so it's got a little bit of a kick, yes. And I'm going to stop talking that way, otherwise we're going to start losing viewers. But yeah, so it's kind of like a, it is basically just like a Weizenbach, but it's got kind of like a wheat beer kind of. It's kind of a wheat beer kind of flavor, kind of mode to it, or a vibe to it when I drink it. So it's pretty good. It's pretty smooth. I dig it. And if you're looking for something other than, that tranny fluid Bud Light from Anheuser-Busch to drink, and you happen to have a beer outlet that actually has, a beer like this, okay, yeah, definitely check it out. Now, if you don't have a beer, outlet that has these kind of exotic beers, you can go to like websites like gopuff.com or like drizzly.com, I think are the websites you can go to. Now, I'm not getting any money from those websites. But you can go there, and I think, like, yeah, you can live in Walla Walla, Washington, or you can live up in an igloo in northern Alaska, and they'll probably, deliver, whatever beer you want there. So it's kind of like the Amazon of beer. Okay, so you can definitely check that out right there. But instead of me yapping about this, I'm going to take a little drinky off this. Oh yeah, absolutely. That is some excellent stuff right there. So hopefully you guys are all drinking there too. So whatever you're drinking, take another tug off that for me as we wrap up this brew review time. All right, let's check out the old live chat here. See what we've got going on, because it looks like we got a little party going on here with the Reapers. The Reapers are in the live chat. Yes, and let's do it again. Hey, Reapers assemble. Yes, and let's check out what we got. We've got Shell return with more woes. Okay, and we've got I'm more of a bourbon guy, but I'm happy to drink with you. Yeah, appreciate that, Darth Jason. So you can drink whatever you guys want. So I'm doing the beer here on this show, but I'm sure right after this episode, I'm probably going to grab me. I've got some Casamigos tequila. Okay, I'm going to have a little tequila after this. Okay, so I like to hit the hardish stuff. Okay, there, and got Captain Morgan from Beer Drinking Trev. Dos Sexies from Professor Savage. Hey, Professor, are you still in that motel room that looks like David Koреш's master bedroom from the Waco compound, the Branch Davidians? Because that's what it looks like. Professor Savage, he's vacationing in California right now. So yeah, sorry, California. There we go. I'll show you some respect there. So. Then we got 1, 2, 3 Mad Dash. No drinks for me, just smoking. And we got some good interaction going on here. So absolutely. All right. So let's move on with the show. Okay. So we've got Batman. He finally agrees to help them out because he realized that, he's going to kick, the bucket. Okay. And if they don't do something, so they jump in the old, the bat wing. Okay. And they're flying to some, I think it's Siberia, isn't it? Siberia that they're traveling to, because through Batman's research, he's found out that there is some kind of metahuman, some kind of superhero that has landed from space and has been taken captive by, I guess, the Russians, in Siberia. I think they went 2 and 2 together, and Barry thinks that it's Superman that they've got captive, and so he wants to go break out Superman. But little do they know when they get there is it's not Superman, it's Supergirl. Yes. It's a Kara as a Supergirl there that they find, and they find her in this chamber that keeps her out of the Earth's sunlight, right? Keeps her out of the sun, because that's where the people of Krypton, like Superman, Supergirl, they derive their powers from, is from the Earth's sun. Obviously, if you lock them up, in a chamber or, Biden's kitty dungeon, someplace where there's no sun, hey, it's kind of hard for them to be Supergirl and Superman, right? So they go out there and they come into the chamber, but they don't realize it's Supergirl, right? They just think that, they found Amy Winehouse in there because she's so emaciated, right? So they're like, all right, some chick, we don't know. It's not Superman. And this is another part where I'm like, it almost looks like Keaton's Batman is just going to leave the girl there, right? And correct me if I'm wrong there, chat, but it kind of looked like that. But then, older Barry's like, can't leave her there. Come on, we got to help her out. So then they get her, out of the chamber, and they fight their way out of this Russian base or whatever, this Russian underground base, whatever it is. They get their ass out of there, and then they get her out into the sun. Okay, and then they find out, like, holy shit, this isn't Amy Winehouse. This is Super Amy Winehouse. This is Supergirl, okay? And apparently they see Supergirl. She's like, Barry Allen, probably a younger Barry Allen's like, hey, you stole my haircut there, Supergirl. But Supergirl, she starts flying around and showing she's got powers and that kind of thing. She starts kicking ass, on that point. And so then they've got, Batman, they've got Supergirl, they're fighting. So all of a sudden you hear... Yeah, so Batman's doing his thing going on. Let's check out the live chat right here, because I just saw something out of the corner of my eye Like I saw the word sexist out of the corner of my eye here in the chat. So what do we got here? So we've got where is that at? Where did I see that? That's Keaton, Batman, sexist confirmed. Exactly. Yeah, Keaton's Batman was like, some chick. We'll just leave her there, being the misogynist, sexist, the toxic male that he is. It's like, what the hell? He's definitely not going to earn any points with the feminazis. That's for sure. So they got Supergirl. She's got out in the sun. That's kind of her. That's Popeye spinach for her, right? So, and she's kicking the Russians' ass. And so they get it out of there thanks to Supergirl and Batman. Yes. And they make it back to the Batcave. And so at that point, Barry, older Barry, still hasn't got his powers. Okay. And so, older Barry is starting to feel a little left out. Okay. He's like, hey, I used to, be pretty fast. Okay. I know a little bit about being a superhero myself, and so then they realized I got to get him his powers back. Well, apparently, in order for the Flash to get powers, I guess all you got to do is like just strap him on a chair and get struck by lightning. So hopefully the word doesn't get out, because I'm guessing every dumbass that wants Flash powers is just gonna well, hey, just hook me up somewhere and let's get some lightning on me. All right, let's get some chemicals around me. We're gonna head on out to maybe we'll go out to like Home Depot or Lowe's. We're gonna get some chemicals or wherever we get some chemicals from. Okay, and we're just gonna line them up. We're gonna get some lightning, and we're gonna get some lightning conductors or whatever. Maybe put me up on the top of a barn or something like that, or up on top of a big skyscraper. And I'm gonna get Flash powers, because apparently that's all you got to do is get struck by lightning and get doused by some chemicals to get Flash powers. Okay, so they try that in the Batcave, try to give them the powers to get the Flash powers and that kind of thing, and it doesn't quite work. Okay, it doesn't quite work at all. And then the Supergirl's like, you know what? Well, actually, she disappears. See, I told you I wasn't going to remember every part of this movie. Okay. So she disappears. She's like, hey, screw you guys, I'm going home. Okay, she takes off. And then she comes back, she's like, hey, well, I want to be part of the party. I want to help you guys out. Okay. And do what you can to help out the family. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what they're saying when she shows back up. And she's like, you know what? I think I can help you out there, older Barry, with that whole getting your powers back. Okay. All I got to do is fly you up in the air. Okay. I'll fly you up in the air. And then I'm just going to get you struck by lightning. Okay. So this comes in pretty handy to have a Supergirl. So she just flies Barry Allen up there. Luckily, there's a thunderstorm somewhere nearby. Lightning strikes Barry, turns him into Kentucky Fried Barry pretty much. And then they land back down on the ground, and they do realize, oh, hey, you know what? He's got his powers back because he's starting to heal up. Okay. Right now he looks like, some extra burnt Kentucky Fried Chicken, but now he's healing up. He's looking normal. He's got his Flash powers back and all that. So, all right, let's check out the chat here real quick. Darcy's like, I'd pay to see that movie. Yeah, where you got all kinds of people getting powers and that kind of thing. So I believe is what you're talking about. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. There's some chemicals involved too. Older Barry had to do a bunch of calculations to make it work. Yep, absolutely. So, he had to bust out the old Texas Instruments calculator, like we all had to do back in high school, right? Had to do a little calculator, had to get on Google and, hey, you know what? How do you get flashlight powers? Yes, how do you do that? Oh, hey, okay, there we go. Yeah. Most Cliff Notes character arc ever for Supergirl. Yeah. Jason, you got to admit, it's a great plan if it works. You got someone to help you fight. If it fails, you fried Ezra Miller. Yeah, it's a win-win situation. It is definitely not a zero-sum game. It's a win-win situation right there. Liam says, we've got, could have extended the movie by half an hour and given her and Zod some actual stuff to do, but I'm not a professional writer. But you did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Yes, you did. Okay. Oh God, Darth, Jason, you're right. It's a win-win. Exactly. Darth, it's a win. Exactly. A lot of winning. You're going to be so sick of all the winning. Okay, we're winning. It's going to be tremendous winning. That's my terrible Trump impression. All right. So, thank God I'm moving along. I can stop with my Trump impression there. So then, yeah, so they get their powers all together. They're showing up the team, right? They're getting ready to kick some ass. All right, they're gonna get ready to rumble there with General Zod. Okay, and beer chicken Trev, you're terrible. Is anything better than Ezra? I don't know, but he's good. Yeah. We like winning over here.
Big league win. Win. Yes, we win. We're still winning so much. Yes, we're the kings of winning. Yes. Much better than Meatball Ron DeSantis. Yes.
So yeah, they fly off. They're gonna go and they go to the desert there or wherever that's at. Wherever in Man of Steel, where General Zod and his cronies, they landed in the desert, and in Man of Steel, that's where Superman was going to give himself up, and Lois Lane showed up and that kind of thing. Well, in this universe, there is no Superman, of course, right? And they're not expecting Superman because Zod knows that Superman's not there because, spoilers, he killed Superman as a baby, right? But they know that Supergirl is around there somewhere, right? And so then the general, I believe it's the general, from Man of Steel walks up to Zod. And he's like, hey, sorry, dude, we don't have your Supergirl for you, but hopefully this fruit basket, would you accept this fruit basket? Is that cool? Yeah, there you go. And Zod's like, I hate fruit baskets. And then he kills the general there, Ezra with barbecue sauce. Huge, yes. Man, the Reapers are bringing it here tonight. The Reapers are bringing it to the live chat along with Beer Drinking Trev and Professor in here. I'll tell you. So these guys have been in the live chat wars for a while. These guys are seasoned fucking veterans. So they're bringing it. Absolutely. So keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep the winning going. Come on. Keep being huge. So they end up at that battleground. Okay. And so here we go. We've got a nice little assemble scene here with Supergirl, and we got the two berries. Okay. We got the two better than Ezra's here in the photo. Okay. And hey, the fight is on, man. The fight is on. We've got Supergirl showing up, and General Zod sees Supergirl, and of course General Zod's like, yes, we got her right where we want her. Yep, there we go. Let's get her. Okay. Because General Zod wants to be winning. Okay. And so then they got the battle ensues. Supergirl finds out from Zod that Zod was not a very nice guy, and he killed a baby. What the hell? Okay, I don't know if Zod microwaved baby Superman, like, better than Ezra was trying to do earlier with babies. Trying to microwave a baby like he's cooking, some healthy choice meals or something like that. But he killed Superman. He killed baby Superman. That son of a bitch. Okay, and of course at that Supergirl's like, nah, that does not work for me. And she's pretty much,
No, God, please, no.
exactly. And so she decides to kick Zod's ass. Okay. Yep. She's hitting Zod's bod, and the fight is on. And you get basically they portray it like she's getting the better of Zod, right? She's kicking Zod's ass. Okay. She gets him, crunched up in one of the space vehicles, spaceship, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And she's got him in there. And of course, in dumbass fashion, as a lot of dumbass characters in movies do, they turn their back on who they just supposedly beat, right? Who they supposedly won against. She turns her back, and of course, he busts out like everyone expected, right? I'm sure when she turned her back, we were all thinking the same thing. He's gonna bust out of there. He's gonna fucking kill Supergirl. Okay, so at that point, that's one of parts of the Supergirl character, that I didn't like, is that okay? They're gonna have her turn around, and that whole film trope of the bad guy, getting out there and sneaking up on the good guy when the good guy's stupid, or in this case, the good girl got her back turned and kills the good girl. Okay, kills Supergirl right there. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Here comes the wokeness. No wokeness on this live stream. Yeah, no. Woke is a joke in this live stream right here. So if anybody brings a woke, it will not be this guy right there, because if you do, all right, so we're gonna have to get on everyone's case, and I'm gonna be like,
Fuck you.
yep, exactly. So I'm gonna be telling myself that. So we got Supergirl, and so she does the wrong thing. She turns her back, and I believe that's when Zod like impales her, pretty much, right? And then probably at this point you're probably wondering, like, hey, like what's Batman doing? What is Batman just cutting his fingernails or whatever? What's he doing? Is he hanging out, whatever? And so Batman's in his bat wing and he's fighting some bad guys, that kind of thing. You got the two berries and the two berries. It sounds very juicy. The two berries are doing their thing. They're fighting people off. They're fighting the Zodites, you know, the evil Kryptonites, or the Kryptonians. There we go, Kryptonians. They're doing their thing. So basically, there's a big battle going on, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make here. And the battle royale is commencing, and we are, before I go on with that, because that's what we call a tease, okay? Because we're going to continue with the battle royale after this. But first, let me tell you about Nature Clear. Yes, Nature Clear recovery powder. Yes, this is a great product. I want to let you guys all know, particularly you guys in the live chat, you know, the ones that like to drink the bourbon and the Captain Morgan. All right. So particularly the ones that like the cocktails, you are going to love this Nature Clear recovery powder, because the whole point of Nature Clear recovery powder is it helps you avoid a hangover. Okay. And all you got to do is you take this packet just like this. Okay. And you just dump it in some like 12 ounces of water, or like a bottle of water. Okay. Just dump it in there. Okay. And you just chug that bad boy before you go out for the night's festivities. Okay. Or wherever you're going to party. If you're going to hit the beer patio, whatever. Okay. You get yourself some Nature Clear, you throw it in 12-ounce water, a bottle of water. And what Sean does is he actually will put like some lemonade Mio in with it to make it even tastier, okay? So all you got to do is just do that. Then you go out there and you have all your bourbon. You have your Captain Morgan, okay? You have all of that stuff. Or if you're like me, you have all your tequila, okay? And your obscure German beers. And you can drink with confidence knowing that you're not going to get a hangover because you took your Nature Clear recovery powder, okay? All right? So like they say, failing to prepare is preparing to fail, okay? But if you're, out there having a good time and you're like in your 23rd tequila shot and you're like, oh, shit, I forgot to take my Nature Clear recovery powder. Have no fear. You can just take it when you get home, okay? So when you crawl out of the Uber at 2:30 in the morning, you're crawling up to your door. See if you can crawl a little further to your pantry and grab your Nature Clear. And chug some of that, okay? And then you still don't have to worry about a hangover, okay? So Nature Clear recovery powder, they knew what they were doing. They probably did the exact same thing themselves, okay? But Nature Clear recovery powder doesn't just help you recover from drinking, it helps you recover from smoking and vaping as well, okay? So this bad boy is like the Swiss Army knife of recovery, okay? So get yourself some Nature Clear by clicking on the link in the description. And then in the website that you get directed to, just get whatever you want to buy in the cart. And then in the promo code field, you just put in promo code movies, okay? And you're going to get up to 25% off your next order, okay? So don't hesitate, because you know what? If you snooze, you lose, okay? Like they say, if you hesitate, you masturbate, all right? So don't hesitate. Get in there. Get Nature Clear recovery powder right now. I'm sure the Nature Clear folks really liked that last part of that promo, that live read. All right. Hey, we got Till Death Podcast in here. Sup, y'all? Love seeing the chat going hard. Been a little busy, so I wasn't able to jump in till now. Hey, better late than never. Till Death in here. So, yeah, we've got everybody joining the party, okay? So that's a great thing about these live streams. You don't have to join right away. No, you can be fashionably late, okay? So that's whatever you got to do, okay? If you like doing your laundry, if you're helping save some youngins out of a bus that's crashed off a bridge, you're doing superhero shit and you can't join right off the bat, join whenever you can. So that's the way to do it. So, but again, it's good to see Till Death Podcast. We got the Reeve Reavers in here. Yes, yes. And we've got the faithful live chatters like Professor and Beer Drinking Trev. Excellent, excellent. I'm hoping we see my man Sean in here. Now, Sean, if he joins, because he's one part of the unholy trinity of the Till Death Podcast Network. If he joins, he's probably going to be joining us from around a campfire or at a campsite or something like that, because he's pulling a Blair Witch Project. Okay, right now he's camping. He's at a campground right now. They're probably hunting some witches or something like that. So if we do see him join in the live chat there, he's probably going to be like, I'm so scared. There's a witch walking around. I'm so scared. I'm so frightened. So don't be surprised. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just did that. Okay, so let's move on with the rest of the movie. All right, so let's where were we? Oh, the battle royale. Yes, the battle royale going on with Supergirl, the two berries, Batman going up against General Zod and his cronies, and eventually, spoilers, Supergirl and Batman, they kick the dust. They get killed. Okay, and so then the berries are like, oh shit, what are we gonna do, right? So then I believe what they do is they start running really fast so that they can go back in time or something like that, right? And they end up, I guess, ending up in our universe, right? End up in our universe after Batman and Supergirl kick the bucket. And so at that point, I think they're in the Chronodome, right? They're in the Chronodome. They're in that arena, the time arena where they can look around and go, oh, hey, that's where this time is at, and that time is at, and whatever. And so they're determined to go and try to make sure that Supergirl and Batman don't die, because in that universe, obviously, if Batman and Supergirl die, well, that means Zod wins. And what did Zod do, or what would have Zod done if he had won in Man of Steel? He would have kept terraforming the Earth, right? Well, in this universe, he won. He killed Supergirl. He killed Batman. And so in that world, sorry, folks, hey, Zod won, and he's terraforming your world. So much for Batman. Yeah, too bad. So I guess we know how the story of Michael Keaton's Batman ended from the 89 Batman and 92 Batman Returns movies. I guess he grew up to be an old man, helped out the two berries and Supergirl at the end, and then ends up dying because his Earth gets terraformed in this particular world. Yep, there you go. A happy ending, that's for sure. So, and hey, yeah, Till Death Podcast. Yeah, like you said, everyone click that like button and subscribe. Absolutely. There we go. Never hurts to always say that. Professor Savage Dad says about Sean, he's being stalked in the forests of Pennsylvania by the Fetter Witch. Yeah, the Fetter Witch with the hoodie on to hide that big goiter on the back of his neck right there. But hey, you know what? The good thing about Sean and going up against a Fetter Witch, so all Sean's got to do is ask Fetter Witch to start saying his ABCs, and that's just going to make like Fetter Witch like he's going to like be stuck there. He's not going to know what the fuck to do. Okay, so and same if Biden shows up too. So there you go. So that's the way to foil the old Fetter Witch. Yeah. So I wonder if does Fetter Witch have a broom? Professor Savage Dad, does he have a broom? Does he have a house like a gingerbread house where he lures kids named Hansel and Gretel? These are facts we have to know, Professor Savage Dad. We have to know these things. Okay. 1, 2, 3, Mad Dad. Destroying more of my childhood, one movie at a time. Exactly. So yeah, you do not want to know what the next movie is going to do to Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Okay, yeah. So, and got to drink to that. I'm working hard. I got to stay hydrated, people. All right. Okay. So, but as I probably should talking to the mic. So that they keep going back in time in the Chronodome, all right, and they keep trying to save Supergirl and Batman, but they quickly realize, unfortunately, that no matter how many times they go back, the Supergirl and Batman, they just keep dying. Okay, they keep dying, and they just can't realize. They just realize that they just can't do it. Okay, they just are totally unsuccessful, and it's just realize
I'm a dumbass.
Exactly. All right. So stop going back in time, guys. Okay. Stop doing it. And so then they're in the Chrono Dome, and the two Barrys they get into a fight. They start arguing, right? Because they start talking about, well, what was the original mission of me coming back in time? To save mom, right? Save her from getting killed, getting stabbed, right? And so then older Barry, I believe at that point, realizes like, all right, we can't do it. Okay, we couldn't save Supergirl, we couldn't save Batman. We're not going to be able to save mom from being killed. Okay, just like we couldn't save them from being killed, we're not going to be able to save mom. And at that, younger Barry is like, no, we got to keep going. We got to keep trying. And so then all of a sudden, this mysterious figure shows up in the Chrono Dome. And I left this part out way earlier in the movie. But, the mysterious figure shows up and that knocked Barry into the universe that Michael Keaton's Batman is in and that kind of thing. Well, he shows up. It turns out it's Dark Flash, okay? And Dark Flash is pretty much young Barry. Young Barry turns into Dark Flash because young Barry is obsessed with going back into time, trying to save his mom. Okay, and so he apparently goes back into time, like we're talking about thousands, millions of times, going back in time trying to save his mom, and it just warps and twists him so much that he turns into Dark Flash. Okay, and so then at that point they realize that's what's happened, right? Young Barry realizes, oh shit, I turned into this guy. I turned into Dark Flash. And so Dark Flash tries to kill older Barry because older Barry's like, no, we're not going to go back and try to save mom. We can't do it. It's just not possible. So Dark Flash tries to kill older Barry. Young Barry gets in the way, sacrifices himself. Like, there we go, young Barry. You finally did something right in this movie. Basically he takes the kill blow, the killing blow from Dark Flash. And so he basically gets himself killed, and that, of course, kills Dark Flash. Okay, there's no young Barry, there's no Dark Flash, right? And then at that point, there's just older Barry. Okay, the original Barry that the movie started out with, and so then at that point, they cut to this scene where you're supposed to get all teary-eyed, right? You're like you see, better than Ezra in this picture right here, where he's got to say his goodbyes to his mom, all right? So he's got to reverse what he did before, which is, he put the can of tomatoes in her cart, and now he's got to go back in time or go back to this universe or whatever and take the can of tomatoes out of her cart so that, his dad's got to go to the grocery store to get the can of tomatoes, thus leaving his mom, vulnerable to be killed, right? So, and at this part, maybe I'm just a cold, heartless bastard, but this didn't really get me all choked up and get emotional, because in this part, it just kind of felt to me like the writers of the movies were just kind of like, hey, sad, right? Sad, right? Sad. You're supposed to be crying, right? Supposed to be crying, right? Oh, very sad, right? Right? Kind of like nudging you on the ribs, like trying to coax you into crying and that kind of thing. And it just didn't feel earned, okay? Because we didn't get to know his mom very well. Okay. We didn't get to know his dad very well. We didn't get to see the relationship all that much, at least not in this movie. If they show it in another movie, by all means, let me guys know. Chat, let me know. But you just didn't get to know his mom, so I didn't give a shit. I'm like, obviously I care that her character dies. I mean, it's very sad. But it wasn't like remember End of Field of Dreams, right? I mean, what dude hasn't cried his eyes out at the end of Field of Dreams, like, Dad, you want to have a catch? Like, the reason that's a sad scene is because the movie earned it, right? Okay, like Tom Hanks says in Saving Private Ryan, earn this. Okay, the moment was earned in Field of Dreams, or like in Shawshank Redemption, with Red and Andy Dufresne. There's some teary moments in that because it's earned. Okay. In this movie wasn't earned, okay? You didn't get to know the characters well enough to actually give a shit, okay? So it just seems contrived and manufactured and clinical. And so it just didn't have the desired effect on me. This scene did not, okay? So, but I've seen people on that blessed thing that we call social media, say like, well, if you weren't touched by this scene, you don't have a soul. Okay. don't be afraid to be overly dramatic with your opinion of this movie. If you don't like a scene, you have no soul. Like, oh my God, okay. Like dial down the emotional level about 12 notches there, okay? So, but yeah, this scene just didn't work for me. But hey, you know what? If it worked for you guys or worked for other people, knock yourself out. By all means, again, maybe I'm just some cold, heartless bastard, or the reasons that I just pointed out to you, are legit, okay? So yeah, beer drinking Trev. I got teary-eyed when they cast the lead role. Exactly. Yeah, that's hey, you know what? You get teary-eyed when you need to get teary-eyed. Right there. I got teary-eyed when Ezra got arrested for the 33rd time. Okay, that's when I got really teary-eyed. I get emotional. I gotta say, I get very emotional. Yeah. Astro Sweat. Hey, welcome, Astro Sweat. Man, I'm doing not the tongue teeth. I can't say that. Astro Sweat. There we go. Brother of Booty Sweats. My eyes feel so squishy. We got Astro Reaper. There we go. So did I do that long enough? But yeah, it's good to see the Reapers in here tonight. Absolutely. So you guys add your special Reaper flavor to the live chat now. I want to see you guys in here every week. Okay, you guys are more than welcome, along with Beer Jerk and Trev and all our regulars, all our Norms and Cliffs from the TV show Cheers. Okay, so because yeah, Beer Jerk and Trev is here so often. He literally walks into this live chat and everyone's like, Norm. Okay, so absolutely. All right. So yeah, we got this very sad scene where his mom, is going to die. Okay, I know I'm a heartless bastard. Okay. So better than Ezra here. He says bye to mommy, and then he goes back to this universe, and he ends up in a particular universe, and he thinks he's back in his normal universe, right, with Ben Affleck's Batman and that kind of thing, and his dad's on trial and that kind of thing. And so he's there, and then he realizes, because after all of this happens, you would have thought that he would have learned not to screw around with time, okay? But apparently he hasn't learned, so he gets the idea like, oh, well, my dad would be exonerated if there was some actual video evidence that my dad was at the grocery store. Well, there's some video footage initially of his dad or somebody at the grocery store, but his dad has his head down, so the grocery store footage doesn't show his dad's face, so they can't use it to prove that his dad didn't kill his mom. Well, then he has the bright idea to go back in time and put the tomato cans on the top shelf, so his dad has to reach up to the top shelf so that the camera catches his dad's face. So we've got some great Kyle Rittenhouse type video evidence to exonerate his dad, okay, get his dad off, right? And so that works, or does it, right? So he gets his dad off. He walks out of the courtroom after his dad is, exonerated. Is that the word? I almost said eviscerated. Eviscerated, exonerated. Two very different terms. One's a very bad outcome for his dad. One's a very good outcome for his dad. His dad gets exonerated, okay? And so better than Ezra is walking out of the courtroom. And then his old friend, what's her name? Because apparently I don't watch don't watch Flash very often. I don't carry it, follow it very closely here. What's it? Iris West. That's it. See, I had to look at my cheat sheet. Or Iris West. That's how much about Flash I know. His girlfriend or future girlfriend, Iris West, shows up, and she's like a reporter or someone that shows up, meets up with Barry out of the courthouse steps. I think, and then Bruce Wayne calls Barry on his phone, or Barry Allen calls Batman, and so of course Barry Allen's Bruce, great man, we wouldn't believe what happened, and Bruce Wayne's like, hey, I'm on my way to see you, something like that kind of thing, and so Bruce Wayne shows up in his sweet luxurious ride, that kind of thing, and so Barry Allen's expecting to see Batman Ben Affleck get out of the car as Bruce Wayne, right? Okay, that's what he's expecting. And lo and behold, we get our another cameo in this movie that's supposed to suck you into going to see the Flash. And we get, lo and behold, we get George Clooney. George Clooney shows up here in this scene. And And so we're getting the Batman and Robin Batman, at least for a few minutes here in this movie. And of course, at this point, I think this is like the one F-bomb in the movie where Barry Allen's like, who the fuck are you? Thank you, Liam. Iris West is her name. Yep, I got that. So yeah, I got to go to my cheat sheet. The fat version of Iris West. Yeah, the Lizzo version. Well, okay, not the Lizzo version. Okay, so yeah. Yep. Ezra is getting his dad off. Let's just leave that. This turned into a whole totally different movie right here. So yes. Yeah, wait, I stopped listening. Who's getting his dad off? Getting naughty here in this episode of Movies Maker spoiler warning. Yes, okay. But yeah, so George Clooney shows up, and then that pretty much that's the movie, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. We've got that's the movie. That's the I don't know if you call it a cliffhanger, but that's where that's at. And so originally in this scene, though, this was not the ending. I believe like the very first ending that they did right was that George Clooney isn't in this at all. Supergirl and Batman, they live, and Supergirl and Batman show up at the courthouse, and Ben Affleck, I believe, dies, but in some capacity, Michael Keaton's Batman actually takes over. Ben Affleck's or Michael Keaton's Batman lives, so he's going to be the Batman that Ben Affleck is in this totally different universe. Well, Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be the main Batman in this universe, like he already was. I guess probably should have put it that way. And Supergirl lives, and that was going to be like the start of a whole new Flash franchise with those guys being in the movie. But a little something happened on the way to the DCU where the Snyderverse ends. James Gunn and Peter Safran get hired to be the heads of DC and all of a sudden Snyderverse, of which the Flash and Aquaman are all part of, is going bye-bye. Okay. As is the Flash is going bye-bye. So they had to change the ending here. They brought in George Clooney. And so God knows what's going on with that. So yeah, right. And yeah, thanks, Liam Allen. So Batman and Superwoman, or yeah, Wonder Woman and Superman were going to be there as well. But then when James Gunn took over, he was like, yeah, cut Superman and Wonder Woman out of that ending scene because we're kicking Henry Cavill to the curve. Gal Gadot, we have no idea what the fuck we're going to do with her because she's in this movie. Henry Cavill is not, except for a very bad CGI cameo. That reminds me, I totally missed this part of the movie, is when they have all the cameos, the CGI cameos with Nicolas Cage's Superman. And you get George Reeves Superman from way back in the 40s, 50s, 30s, whenever that was. And then we had what I thought was kind of disrespectful. I thought was kind of a dick move, is where they had Christopher Reeves Batman, where they didn't even pay him the proper respect of actually doing a good CGI job on him. Okay, so the movie definitely went.
She's gone from suck to blow.
On that moment right there where they had this Christopher Reeve CGI bringing him back from the dead, and the CGI looked like shit. Okay. Then he had Helen Slater's Supergirl right next to him and that kind of thing. So I probably could have accepted it a little bit more than I would have otherwise if the CGI was good. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about having Christopher Reeve's Superman in there. It just seemed like kind of like a cheap kind of way of like, look, as we got Christopher Reeve Superman here, we're going to make sure this leaks on the web, and that's going to get people to come and watch our shitty movie, right? And I shouldn't say shitty movie. I didn't think this movie was shitty. It just wasn't as good as some people think it is right there. But I completely glossed over that whole scene earlier in the explanation when I did the synopsis. Like I said, I that was my disclaimer before I even started the synopsis. I am not going to remember every scene from every movie, okay, when you watch this show right there. That's where the live chat comes in to assist this old man, this crippled old man whose mind is mush. Let's check out the live chat here. So, yeah, wow, this is like an OnlyFans version of movie show. All this sucking, blowing, and getting his dad off talk. Yeah, chicka chicka bow bow. Yeah, we got Till Death Podcast. Trevor, I was about to say the same thing. Till Death Podcast. Nicolas Cage's Superman was the best part of the movie. that was a good addition right there, because I liked how they had him fighting the spider, because that was like the big part of what was it? Superman Lives, I believe, is what the movie was going to be called, with Nicolas Cage. And it fell apart partly because John Peters, the producer of the movie, was insisting that Superman couldn't fly. Okay. Imagine a Superman movie where Superman can't fly. Okay. And there had to be a spider in the movie that Superman has to fight. Okay. So Superman Lives turned out to be a big clusterfuck, and it never got filmed. But John Peters went on to produce this little movie called Wild Wild West, the big flop that Will Smith turned down The Matrix to do. Okay. And of course, what was towards the end of Wild Wild West, the movie John Peters produced? A big fucking spider at the end. So John Peters got his big spider just in a different movie, and that movie flopped. Okay. And Will Smith turned down being Neo in The Matrix to play some doofus in some stupid Wild Wild West movie. Yeah, so that was the history of, or part of the history of Nicolas Cage's never realized stint as Superman until The Flash, where they had him there in that scene fighting a spider. Yep, absolutely. So did he still that podcast? Did he slap the spider for talking about his bald-headed ass wife? Yeah, that's yeah, there we go. Yeah. Get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. We like to mix all kinds of pop culture references in this show, and we do it in a winning way. Okay, we're doing so much pop culture reference winning in here. Okay, it's tremendous. Yes. So where were we? So the movie's over at that point. Now there is a end credits scene, as everybody in here that's seen the movie knows. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't bother waiting till the end. The end credits scene adds absolutely nothing to the movie or to the future, except maybe the part where I guess he says what Aquaman, like he says to because it's Jason Momoa is Aquaman in the scene, and I think Barry says, "Oh yeah, to Jason Momoa's Aquaman, you're Aquaman. You look the same in every universe." So I guess that's their way of maybe, hey, Jason Momoa might be in James Gunn's new DCU, because it was called the DCEU. Now it's gonna be called just the DCU, okay, or the DCU OU812 or something like that. Till the podcast, your Trump impression is like Smithers.
Yes, Smithers. Yes. All right.
Mr. Burns, I don't think we should do that. I think Homer Simpson's gonna be very mean.
Poppycock, Smithers. Poppycock.
Yeah, so there we go. It's it's Donald Smithers. They had to remind people Aquaman exists. Yeah, so and the upcoming Aquaman 2 movie with the bed shitter herself, Amber Heard, with a side appearance from Jason Momoa as Aquaman. They'll probably fit him in there for 5 minutes, and the rest of the movie will be Amber Heard shitting somebody's bed. Yeah, we'll see Aquaman in Aquaman number 2, the duty fire. There we go. Or Aquaman 2 shits the bed. There we go. It's a great subtitle to that. Aquaman 2 shits the bed. There we go. So let me know if you have a better subtitle for Aquaman 2 there in the chat. I'm sure you guys can come up with something much better. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, we're getting some good live chats going on in here. Yeah, release the hounds. There we go. And we've got a lot more hounds in here because we've got the Reapers in here. Yes. Okay. So right now, I want to break it up again a little bit. Oh, hey, we got. Hey, are you gonna join in there, buddy? Gonna get on in?
Yeah, sure. I'm down. I just figured I'd show up at the very end because that's
I know you got some thoughts. I know you got some thoughts about the Flash, man. So yeah, lay it on us.
Yeah, I'm just very surprised that I'm just very surprised. Well, surprised and not surprised that they kept Ezra Miller in it, because this would have been a perfect time for if James Gunn was taking over to and I don't know how I didn't catch the beginning of it, so I don't know if you've talked about this or whatever, but this could have been an amazing time for them. Yes, I know they spent a bunch of money with putting Ezra Miller in it and doing all that. But if James Gunn's taking over the DCU, which I do like that they're just calling it the DCU instead of the DCEU, that got annoying and
exactly.
But I they could have just redone it, just like, all right, cool, fuck all this shit, because I mean, none of the people that really that have been in the DCEU I've been okay with. Like, I thought Amy Adams's Lois Lane was pretty cool. There's like a couple characters in here, and I think Jason Momoa's Aquaman is. I think his Aquaman's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's like a heavy metal Aquaman. It's gonna be hardcore Aquaman. Yeah.
Gal Gadot's kind of annoying. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Like, she's hot, kind of.
Well, she's a Mary Sue because she's got all those powers, right? So yeah, she just walks around, saves people, and just smirks the whole time. It looks good, looks hot, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, I get that because Wonder Woman is like, the Captain Marvel of the DC universe. So, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. It just seemed like this could be a perfect chance for him to be like, okay, fuck all this shit. All we're keeping is the Suicide Squad.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, it makes me wonder, because I've heard some theories like, well, maybe he's got some blackmail on some producers or something like that. Because a lot of people joke about it. Well, he could probably sketch the picture of a bunch of producers' dicks. Yeah, because they've. Because he's more than happy to get on the casting couch, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, it could be that a lot of producers have dirt on him. Because he's had some allegations, and that's why he got kicked off of Guardians of the Galaxy for so long.
Oh, right, yeah. So I don't know if they, because I'm wondering if they just thought that, because I think they pretty much had it filmed, right? The whole movie was done by the time he had all, his rap sheet started getting accumulated, and he started getting arrested and that kind of thing. But I think now what they know, I mean, I guess hindsight is 2020. Yeah. But if they knew then what they know now, that bring somebody else in. I don't know if do you think Grant Gustin would have worked? I mean, I know Grant Gustin's not a household name.
So much fucking better.
Yeah. Ezra Miller wasn't a household name either. Nobody knew who the fuck Ezra Miller was.
Yeah, but at the same time, Grant Gustin, I that's his last name, right? I just know him as the Flash from the fucking CW series.
Sure.
Like, he did great. Yeah. Like this, the Flash, the CW series is awesome, even though it's a CW series, so you can only get so good with those series. But he was great in the Flash series, and then I don't know if you ever watched Arrow.
I did not. No, I've heard good things. Like what, the first couple seasons, maybe?
Dude, yeah, the first good 3 or 4 were fucking awesome, and I will say they were one of the first ones. They were even before. The MCU, doing TV shows that integrated and had different, because the Flash would show up on Arrow, and I think there was they tried to do this Legends of Tomorrow or something like that. It was a team up of Suicide Squad ish almost thing, and that was kind of fucking bad.
Did they have Ezra Miller in that?
Yeah, exactly. No, there was no there was no kidnapping of children.
I thought Ezra Miller showed up on the. Oh no, you're talking about Arrow, but I thought in the show, The Flash, the TV show, The Flash. I think Ezra Miller showed up in that for one episode, right?
Oh yeah.
But you're on Arrow though.
But it was only after, Justice League, came out and whatever. And I honestly thought Ezra Miller's Flash was good up until. I don't know though, because he was in a couple of them, right? He was in Justice League and one of the Batmans.
Yeah, he showed up. His first appearance was in Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
and for a brief second there, and then Justice League. Yeah, so then Justice League is when we saw a whole lot more of them, and then the Flash, right? So what? 3 movies he's made an appearance in, I think.
Yeah. So in Justice League he was shit, but in the Batman v Superman, I liked that first occurrence of Ezra Miller's Flash, and then it could be one of those things where I can't separate the artist from the art.
Oh, sure,
artist.
Yeah.
It could be one of those things, but at the same time, he's just so fucking whiny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's so neurotic. He's like the Woody Allen of the Justice League. You know,
He does like little children, so that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense, right? Exactly. Yeah, particularly his own kids, you know. So, or in Woody Allen's case, his stepdaughter or whatever it was. So, yeah, there. But one thing I didn't get is because one moment I thought he was especially neurotic is towards the beginning when he has to help Batman, and he's saying some shit like, "Oh, I'm always having to clean up Batman's mess," and I'm like, Batman didn't create this mess.
Yeah,
the bank robbers, the terrorists created this mess. What do you think? Batman went to the hospital and started collapsing the hospital and pushing this, situation where you got to rescue all these. Batman was sitting at home, like drinking some Chablis in his Batcave, chilling.
Well, because you got to blame everything on a cis white man.
Exactly.
I mean, and you got to blame everything on a cis white man.
The toxic masculinity. Yes, exactly.
You were sitting at home there, Batman, drinking a Chablis because that's your white privilege. You're privileged. You're coming from a place of privilege.
Yeah. You have to blame everything on a cisgender white man and throw a baby in a microwave. Like, come on, this is you should know this.
Yeah, exactly. It's your white privilege that's making me nuke this baby like it's a bean burrito. You evil, toxic cisgender male.
Yeah, and they even had we kind of talked about this a little bit on the phone, but they even had the bell go off on the microwave.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell?
Is that baby okay? Is this a normal baby?
They are really trying to get the people in the theater to piss their pants. Yeah, I saw that. Like, how did the baby not get cooked? Like, I have to watch it again. I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe it dinged when he was cooking that burrito. I don't know, but I thought it was a bad look.
At first, I was like when he's going through that whole scene and he's going and grabbing food and doing all this, I was like, oh, of course, Ezra Miller is selfish and he's gonna go eat,
right,
save all these people. But then when they made it he needs energy and yada yada, I was like, oh, okay, I guess
I get it. Yeah, exactly. But did you notice halfway through the first act, they pretty much just ditched the whole he needs calories thing. Like the rest of the movie, they weren't like, hey, we better grab a pizza for you there, Barry. You're fighting all these people in this battle. Hey, we better go grab you a steak. We better, that kind of that whole part of the plot. They just abandoned it. Like apparently, he didn't need calories for the rest of the movie.
Well, yeah, I think because when he was teaching, Stoner Barry, that's what I called him the whole movie. It was just Stoner.
I got powers, man. All right,
so cool, bro.
right.
And this is coming from an ex-stoner, and I was annoyed. You know what I mean? Usually I'm like, oh yeah, it's fucking fine.
I got powers. That's my skull.
Yeah, exactly. No, during that part when he was teaching him about everything and whatever, and he had to eat a bunch. He ate all that pasta. Or that spaghetti at so right. There was, but it wasn't a mention of oh, you need calorie, in order to have your powers or whatever.
Right. They could have done some product placement. They could have got him some Cliff Bars or something like that. He's like, oh, I'm carrying some Cliff Bars right there. Right in the middle of the movie, oh man, we got to go fight Zod. But hey, I need to calorie up. Hey, moviegoers! Hey, check out this Cliff Bar right here. We've got raspberry surprise Cliff Bar right here. Get yourself some Cliff Bars. All right, back to the movie.
They could have done an Athletic Greens ad read, and then we would have all had a drink.
Exactly. Yeah. Get your ass to Arby's. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Man, they got the meats.
I did kind of like the Michael Keaton, long hair, shut in kind of Batman character. I did like that, and Michael Keaton is just fucking good in anything you put him in.
Oh yeah, you bet.
He's amazing, but it just sucked that he had to be put in here with this cast. I mean, I did like how they did the Supergirl thing instead of Superman, obviously because of the Henry Cavill. And they had,
right, yeah. Instead of bringing somebody else to be Superman,
yeah, that's cool. Or they could have just made it Nicolas Cage because they had fucking old guy Batman. So why don't they have fucking old guy
Nicolas Cage? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, bring him in.
So, I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. There was something I think a lot of people have been saying that the outfit or the Supergirl outfits. A bunch of people said they didn't fucking like it.
I dug it. Well, that was nice and curvy.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it completely fake. You could tell it was fucking CGI.
Oh, sure. Right. Yep.
It's
all good. I'm surprised. Yeah, Nicolas Cage didn't agree to do it because he named one of his kids Calle. He actually
Oh,
named his
shit.
kid. Yeah, actually named his kid. Like, yeah, because he had like this particular kid. I think he had like 20 years ago, whenever it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm like, why didn't you jump at the chance? But maybe there's a scheduling conflict or something like that, or that kind of thing, or maybe just didn't want to get, you didn't want to get typecast, or maybe he thought that they're going to rope him and like, hey, now that you've been in one movie, now you got to be in 2 or 3 more, you know. So
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage probably just wasn't all about that.
then he would have to remake the unbearable weight of massive talent and add
Right.
his Superman stuff in there.
Exactly, yeah, because then he would go to Javi's mansion, and Javi would not just have a Castor Troy statue; he'd have like a Nicolas Cage Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust me. Yeah, with the wig. Yeah, with the. I don't know if that would have done for me like that. We had the long hair. He was like what, emo Superman kind of thing.
Yeah, but I kind of, it was like Jim Morrison Superman. Like it was like kind of okay. Like, you know, he's going to break on through to the other side.
Yeah, I'm making that face because I'm trying to remember what was the name of the guy who made that movie, The Room.
Oh, Tommy Wiseau.
You kind of look like a Tommy Wiseau Superman to me. Like, oh, hi, Mark. I'm gonna save these people. Oh, hi, Mark. I'm gonna go faster than a speeding bullet, Mark. Yeah,
It would have been funny, but like, you know, and then but there were a couple things. So they showed like like during all the flashback, stuff or whatever of all the other characters they did. So they did Adam West's old Batman. And instead of doing the old the guy who played in the actual old Flash TV show, they showed the guy who played Henry Allen or whatever the old Flash from the Flash TV show. So why didn't you put in if you're putting in all these other, you know what I mean?
Right.
Why can't you put the actual dude? And then so there's Christopher Reeve. Where was fucking Dean Cain from Lois and Superman?
Right, yeah. Well, I think we all know why he wasn't in there. So yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's a based conservative.
Right.
And where was Val Kilmer's Batman?
Yeah, exactly. You can CGI him in. Obviously, he's not going to do it for real. So, but yeah.
Well, yeah, because if you talking like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
To the Batcave.
I didn't watch that Val Kilmer documentary or whatever that just came out. I think it was like,
oh, it's good. It's good. Check it out. Yep. It's going to depress you though. So get ready to want to slit your wrist at the end.
And that's probably why I decided not to watch it at that point that I saw the preview. But I saw it and I completely didn't even know that Val Kilmer had that shit going on. I was like,
don't watch that documentary and then don't watch that Sarah McLachlan, commercial with the dogs, in the arms of the. Yeah, you're gonna really want to kill yourself then. So
yeah, exactly. No, man, it was just kind of like, okay, you did fan service just for the sake of fan service. You didn't actually do it in a cool way. You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck was Robin? Does Robin get none of? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
A bunch of shit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Because I guess what were they going for? Were they just going for all the old Supermans, all the old Batmans?
It was like Batman, Supermans, and the Flashes. So I mean, I guess I get it, but I don't know. They could have done all of the Justice League because it's not like the Flash doesn't know who the Justice League is. So they could have done fucking the old Wonder Woman. What was her fucking Carter?
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. They could have done. You know what I mean? There's so many different shit, and then tried to do some old Aquaman, which would have been extra funny.
The old gay-looking Aquaman, so
orange and green and shit.
Orange and green, yeah. That guy just looks so bad before, man. I tell you. Yeah, but I don't know why they didn't. Unless maybe it's back to that VFX story where all the VFX studios are overworked. So maybe they're going to do it. I did not play that video. I've got that actually. Yeah, you're talking about the VFX artist.
Yeah, the one that you.
Yeah,
that it didn't surprise me because I mean I get all that, but it just surprised me that someone actually came out and said it. I was like,
let me bring that up. Yeah, I've got that saved in my bookmarks here on Twitter and the Twitters.
And if you don't have it, I can grab it for you too.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, it would have been cooler to have than some of some of the characters they put in this. Would have been cooler to have Black Adam or Shazam in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Black Adam at that point wasn't was still in hibernation or whatever the fuck. So I mean, I guess
sure.
And maybe so I mean, I guess it wouldn't have now that I'm saying that, I'm like, oh yeah, they weren't even really around. So
Yep, exactly. I've got it right here. This is my profile. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let me share that. I'm gonna get that going on. Let me pause that. All right, so let's go, y'all. Get this going on. This is it's a well-oiled machine, everybody. Yep, making it work, making it happen. I should probably not make it full screen. That would probably help.
yeah.
Okay, so settings.
It says you're still sharing the other thing.
Yeah, let me get it here. Share screen. And share that.
Oh, it lets you share two things? That's fucking cool.
Yeah, do you see the screen?
No, not
okay.
yet.
Oh, let me go back. Yeah, I gotta hit that.
There we go. Cool.
Excellent. So let me go back here.
Then maybe do that full screen.
Yeah, let me go here.
Sweet.
Okay.
If you thought The Flash had
you hear
bad
that?
CGI, I can tell you why, because I worked on the movie. In the past couple of years, it seems like there's been an increase
You can hear that, right?
Yeah. We're
Okay.
good.
All right.
in the amount of complaints about bad CGI in superhero movies. And there's a good reason for this. I mean, well, it's not good, but you'll see what I mean. The way that VFX companies get work is that Marvel and Warner Brothers and other studios will approach VFX companies and say, hey, I have 2,000 shots that I need for this sequence. And the VFX studios will place a bid based on that quantity of shots. But here's the catch. The amount of work per shot varies dramatically. So one shot could have a wire removal. Another shot could have wire removal, smoke sim, fire sim, face replacement, green screen. Despite the difference in workload between those two shots, they both are considered just one shot each. Because of this, VFX artists are forced to work relentless hours, overtime almost every day, including weekends. In fact, I had to be the one to call artists on a Friday night to say, hey, can you work over the weekend? Which is part of the reason why I left after 3 months. But here's the kicker. If these VFX companies aren't meeting the unrealistic expectations that these studios are setting, they risk losing out on future contracts. And there's only so many studios that are making superhero.
Yep.
And to be, you know, I'm not a fucking VFX artist or anything like that, but like I do work on, you know, like effects and like animations and all that stuff, and you know, for Tilda Studios and all the stuff on the network. You know about all that.
Oh yeah.
But I will say there is a burnout that once you work on something for a minute, you get burnt out on it, and if you just try and push shit out, then it's going to sound like, or it's going to look like fucking dick. You know, it's gonna look bad. And so like sometimes you have to step away from it. So if you're just trying to fucking push shit out, then yeah, it's not gonna have the same heart and character, and like it's not gonna look good because you're
right.
just fucking getting this out because I have 1,000 other shots that I get.
Right, exactly. It's literally made with hostility. Okay, it's literally made from a place of hostility. Literally made from a place of God damn it, fuck! I don't want to be here. I'm working on a fucking Saturday night here. It's gonna kind of play into the look of the VFX right there. And it's like I realize like not everybody can take 10 years to do the visual effects like James Cameron with Avatar. All right, that would be ideal, but I know that they can't. But like take a little bit more time. It's better to do it right than do it fast, right? So, but like this guy's saying, the studios don't give a fuck about CGI. They're just like, get it out there, churn it out. So
yeah,
yep.
It you know, it just if you want to keep playing it, we can
Let's
talk
do it.
about more of it later. Yeah.
Yep. Wrong screen.
Superhero movies anymore, which means the VFX companies have to bend over backwards to hit these insane deadlines from these Hollywood studios. Then if you look at movies like Avatar that took 10 years to work on the technology just to develop the VFX that looked this amazing, you might think the takeaway from the studios would be, well, if we spend more time working on the VFX, they might actually look good, right? Let me fill you in on a little secret. Movie studios don't care about good CGI. They just don't. The only thing they care about is pleasing their shareholders on the next earnings call. To them, they've managed to increase the output of superhero movies that are still making billions of dollars, and they've reduced the time it takes to make them. Studios could easily...
Gotta pause it there for a second. Doesn't this guy look like the nerdy younger brother of that dude on Stranger Things?
Yeah, it does. Or like the older brother that they didn't want playing Dungeons and Dragons with them.
Right. What was that guy's name on Stranger Things? Like Brandy or... Anyway, yeah. not important, but I digress. Moving on.
Phase out their projects to give these super talented and hardworking artists more time to work on the film. But that's just not in the best interest of the shareholders. Instead, they increase the pressure on these artists to deliver faster and faster results. No pun intended. When you're putting out this many projects with shorter turnarounds, the VFX will always look worse. So if it looks like a VFX shot in the Flash was made in a week, it's probably because it was.
And I will give it to Marvel. I will give it to Marvel that they like a lot of the time. Yeah, they definitely have some. They definitely. Sorry, my wife is calling me.
Woman, stop contacting me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think she knew that I was going to be a guest on a podcast today.
Now she's impressed.
She's like, famous husband.
There you
anyways, just with the Reapers and the titty peens.
Reapers, assemble.
Yeah, it's the titty peen Reapers. But anyways, no, I like there definitely have been some bad CGI in Marvel movies, but they have pulled it off a lot better. Like the only shitty CGI that I can think of that stands out for me is that last fight scene in Black Panther. Dude.
Oh God, yeah.
It was a video game. Like that's literally what it was. Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. That's what I hear. A way I hear people describe it is it looks like some PlayStation 5 video game or something like that is what it looks like.
It's like PlayStation 3, dude. That's fucking so.
Yeah. Let's not give it that much credit.
Yeah, exactly.
The Nintendo 64 is 8-bit.
They didn't even have like rounded shit off. Like it looked like it was like squared polygons like around the leg.
Because the music like get it, I'm gonna get you, Black Panther.
Yeah, just like a hip hop beat in the background because Black Panther. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man.
It's like Daryl Hall and John Oates there, but yeah.
And then Namor or Namor. I'm sorry, I'm not fucking saying it.
Or like, date rapist.
Yeah, it's
believe the latest stories.
Yeah, I heard about that, and like, okay, I'm fine. I mean, obviously not fine with that because that's fucked up. You shouldn't fucking do that. But he was a fucking shit like portrayal of that character.
Sure.
Personally. So
yeah. It didn't scare me.
If he doesn't come back, I'm good with it. You know, like
exactly. They could get somebody good like Ricardo Montalban. Oh, they can't get him anymore. So yeah.
Hey,
get Khan.
Beer Drinking Trev says bad CGI is the second Blade movie with the fight scene in front of the lights. Yes, but I would take that over a lot of the Flash CGI.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And plus, at least Blade had to.
Yeah, it was like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, exactly. Fight.
Yeah, I'm surprised they weren't trying to stereotype. Every black superhero has to listen to hip hop because I mean they played techno. So I mean,
yeah, right, exactly, yeah. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, it's like and I think it's kind of cool. I totally forgot about this, but yeah, Blade is Marvel, so
it is, yeah,
Blade, Well, Blade were the first like MCU movies,
but some people, they like nope. Black Panther. Finally, Black Panther is here, and we finally have a black superhero. Like Wesley Snipes, like, what'd you say?
Yeah, it's like, what is it like? Fucking Wesley Snipes in jail or something?
Yeah, right. It's like your claims are really taxing me, is what Wesley Snipes would say. So yes,
it's weird. Wesley Snipes when all this Hunter Biden shit came out was like, "Bitch, I went to jail for taxes." Fuck you.
See, Wesley Snipes when they said that Black Panther was the first black superhero, is like, not only can white man can't jump, white man can't fucking remember. Okay,
exactly. They even made that movie. I'm like, God damn.
What the hell? Like, yeah, no, Blade was like, yeah, I remember when Blade came out, I was like, man, this is badass right there. Especially the first time I saw it in that opening scene when they're in the dance club, all the vampires in the dance club, and the blood starts coming out of the ceiling and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I like to see Marvel do something like that now. Okay. I mean, maybe they would, because they do like Deadpool. They do R-rated movies. So maybe they would.
Beer Drinking Trev. Finally, we have a black superhero. Cancer. Nope. That's fucked up because Chadwick Boseman was fucking.
He was a good guy. He was a good actor.
Yeah, dude. When he was in Civil War, I was like, oh, dude, this is an awesome portrayal of Black Panther. Like he seemed like very, very regal, very like like he played it very well, and it's just it's crazy because you very rarely see an American actor with an American accent being able to do a more European or African or
Wakandan.
Because that's a place. Well, it was Wakanada.
Some people think Wakanda is a real place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some of them do.
Yeah, right.
Hey, where is Wakanada? Where is it? But
So what? Right next to Kaboida.
yeah, exactly. But no, where it's very weird. You don't really see American actors or American accented actors be able to pull off that accent from another place very well. It's usually English actors being able to pull off.
Yeah. Well, she's Australian, but Nicole Kidman, I think, did a good job in that movie, The Interpreter.
Oh,
with
yeah,
her and Sean Penn. She played like a South African. She pulled that off pretty well. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Matt. Well, Nicole Kidman's Australian though, so I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know she's Australian, but yeah, so she pulled it off, right? Yeah, there. But that might even be harder though. You got to go from "good eye, mate."
Yeah,
you're like an African.
I'm not even gonna try the Elon Musk accent.
Finally, a black CEO. Finally,
is everyone mad that I talked about a different African American?
Yeah, that's why I'm putting my money on him in that fight against Mark Zuckerberg. I'm putting my money on the black guy. Okay, I'm putting my.
You're a fucking asshole, dude. I almost fucking coffee all over everything.
So Zuckerberg is the great white hope, but man, we got Elon Musk, man, because that doesn't sound like a black name. I don't know what black name. Elon Musk. There you go.
yeah, exactly. It's fucking great.
I miss your Musk.
Oh, we should get an apartment together.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
If you reference Anchorman in any way, I might not be able to ever stop quoting it.
It's a pancake breakfast. We go there every year. It's a pancake breakfast. We always go.
You're not wrong.
It's like milk. That was a bad choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now I'm getting it.
It smells like that one time the raccoon got into the copier.
Well, that's what love smells like sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fuck, it's so great. That and Step Brothers.
God, yeah.
Those are my favorite fucking comedies of.
Oh yeah.
So much more room for activities. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I just love right before he jumps on the fucking bed, on the bunk bed, he goes, "Hey, I just wanted to ask you, do you like guacamole?" Random shit, dude. Like,
oh, I love it. Yeah. Or like when their dad's spanking them. And I love when he points back to Wolfville. You're next, buddy. Okay, sorry.
It wasn't in the main movie, but it was in the outtakes, and I say it at least once or twice a week as like a fucking like an offhanded joke.
Yeah,
like because when when you're talking with your wife and you're like, shut the fuck up, like joking around, like
right.
Shut up, like fuck you, whatever. Like you say the most horrible shit because that's your sense of humor. Your sense of humor level, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm edgy.
Yeah, I have to preface this because the quote is so horrible. I don't want someone to be like, "Holy shit, Ian and his wife beat each other." But
children, go to the other room right now. Yeah, children, go avert your eyes.
But there's a thing like when they're going back and forth about I think it's when he puts his balls on his drum set.
Oh yeah, right.
And like I think it's that scene, but
the beat lab.
Yeah, exactly. Moby Dick playing drums for real. Or what is it? John Bonham playing Moby Dick for real. But no, he says, "I'm gonna punch you in the concussion." I don't know why. Fuck, it's so maybe I'm never not able to laugh at that. Like whenever whenever she's poking at me or like something's going on, like you get away from me, I'm punching the concussion.
Right.
Fuck away, you know what I mean? Like,
you're right. There's so many damn great quotes in there right there. So he's like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, and she's just a medical doctor.
You're right.
Fucking so great.
Maybe she's sick of the old bull. She wants a little taste of the old young calf.
We like to shit with the door open. We go on riverboat gambling trips. We have not done any of those things.
Yeah, right, exactly. Are you guys going to invest or not?
So one bead of sweat go from my chest hair down to my ball fro. I can't make microwave nachos at all without hearing that Like,
Hey, hey, hey.
yeah, exactly. Like like next time you talk with Jen,
Yeah.
ask her, be like, does Ian sing a song and do a dance when he makes microwave nachos? And yes, I do. I stand in front of the
Hey, hey, hey. Oh yes, yes. The pillows and the dishwasher and the stove and all that shit. So yeah, I love
I'm
it.
not calling him dad ever, even if there's a fire.
Yeah, so that's yeah, Step Brothers, awesome movie here, and I guess we should talk about the Flash, I guess. So right
Yeah,
here, but,
sorry to everyone in the chat. We just went off on a fucking
right. Exactly. Everyone's like, "You totally ruined Step Brothers for me. I'd never seen it before." Yes,
Sorry,
and they blow up.
not
They blow up the Death Star at the end of Step Brothers. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have to call me Dragon.
Exactly. Did we just become best friends? Beer drinking travel. How dare you make me work? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're getting what dodgeball references in here. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, Dodgeball. I was like, what movie is that from? Oh, yeah, that's right. Dude,
Yeah.
Dodgeball, great too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it was a good. What's his Ben Stiller's name? A Good Whiteman.
White Goodman.
White Goodman. Yeah.
Same fucking
Something
thing.
like that. Exactly. Could dodge a wrench. You could dodge a ball.
I think they're gonna do a fucking sequel to that one now too. That's what I heard.
Oh, are they? Okay. That I
Yeah.
might be on board with, as long as they don't like race swap them all, like because they just did that White Men Can't Jump
Yeah.
remake, they race swap, or they didn't
Dude.
race swap them, but they got totally different dudes in there. But yeah.
Justin Long was hilarious in that movie.
Oh yeah, right. Yep.
Getting hit in the fucking face.
Yep. Dropping like a sack of potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard while they were doing that movie, they actually were like throwing like fake wrenches at his face, and like
Yeah.
he didn't have a stunt double, like it was him. So after like a bunch of takes, he's just like, dude, like this is too much. Like,
Right.
I gotta take a break.
And those are fake wrenches.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny dude. When I was in Austin, I met him. He was at one of the bars that I used to go to all the time, and and like I met him and said what's up. Like I went up to him and he was like friends with one of my bartender friends.
Yeah,
and so like I like talked to her. I was like fucking let me meet him. You know what I mean? Like what's up?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like so I went over there and I went over there and said what's up to him. He was a super nice guy. I bought him a drink, and then like I had a little bit of cocaine, and
yeah,
because
the yayo, as Tony Montana would go, yayo.
Yeah, I did that a lot back in Austin, and
allegedly.
No,
for real.
Yeah, for real. I'll admit that. And
I was trying to buy a break with the DEA, but
I don't do it anymore.
There you go. Well, there you go. Yeah.
So, and then at the very end, after like talking to him for a minute, I left. And then like, as I went back up to him, he was like talking to some chick or whatever, some dumbass. And I went up to him and I was just like, hey man, it was really nice meeting you, and gave him one of those like, drug dealer high fives where you like pass something off in the handshake.
Mm-hmm.
And I like gave him the rest of my cocaine, and like, he had it in his hand and he just kind of like, like really fucking excited. And then
this guy knows what's up.
Yeah, he was like, oh, cool, thanks, man. And then but like not giving it up because he's a professional. And then I saw him like 2 hours later in the same night at a different bar that I went to. Yes, Darth Jason, I don't do cocaine. I just like
the smell. Yeah. Hey, I use that one all the time. Yeah. I was gonna say you stole it, but I'm sure I stole it from somebody else. Yeah.
Beer drinking Trev. Holy shit, Ian, cocaine? No, thought. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I like Darth Jason's mention of, if you want a legit new superhero, check out Isom by Eric July. There you go. Exactly. Check out the Rippaverse.
Yeah.
Mention, Darth.
Yeah. So, anyways, I saw him at another bar. That the Eric July mentioned threw me off on a tangent because I have something to say about that too. But yeah, I met him at another bar. Like I just walked into this other bar that I go to. Like that's the way it was in Austin. Like all the people that go there all the time would go to this bar called the Sidebar, like at the end of the night, because they stay open a little bit later, and it's not like a dance club. It's just kind of like a dive bar kind of thing or whatever, and you stay in the back, and that's where a lot of the cocaine got done. But so I went. I went back. Have you ever done cocaine on weed?
Weed.
But I went back over there and just saw him sitting at one of the tables. And as I walked up, he was like, "Ian, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking cool. You remember?"
Oh, shit.
Oh, I give you cocaine. That's why. And then my
You
buddy
just love me for my cocaine. Asshole.
and then but my buddy hadn't met him earlier, so he was like this kind of the starstruck that I was earlier on in the night. He was
Oh,
at
sure.
that point. And so my buddy goes up to me, goes, "Dude, I loved you and Zach and Miri make a porno." And do you remember?
I do remember that. Was he in that?
Yeah, he was the gay porn star who had the really low voice.
Okay.
And so I'm not kidding you, for the next like 20 minutes, Justin Long talked in the super low gay porn star voice. Like fucking just dying.
The only thing I remember about that movie is Jason Mewes when he got shit on, and she's like, "She frosted me like a fucking cake."
Yeah, exactly. Or the double Dutch rudder. It's not gay. Looking great.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the Eric July thing, it's quite interesting. I remember because he was in that band Fire from the Gods. He was in the metal band for a while, and my band that I was out there in Set Aflame in Austin was called Set Aflame, and we were best friends with Fire from the Gods forever. And Eric July replaced the singer, like one of our good buddies, and when he replaced the singer, and when he first joined that band, like we didn't like him, like because he was he couldn't hold up live. Like there were a lot of things that we were just like, and he replaced our buddy, and we didn't know him, so we're just,
sure,
you know, like whatever, fuck this guy. And but then after hearing what he was trying to do and hearing him on the album and hearing his ideas, I was like, oh, this is actually like really fucking cool. And it was almost bringing back that kind of rap over metal, kind of like new metal stuff, but with more like heavier things. So like I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. And then I listened to all of his like oh yeah, Backwards is fucking awesome. I love that band. But yeah, so when I started hearing his political takes, I was like, oh, this dude's fucking great. Like this dude's fucking like
very
awesome.
based.
I listen to him all the time. But I wonder if he would remember Set Aflame. Like I wonder if he would remember any of that time. You know what I mean? Like talking to him.
Another reason for you to come out here to see me, because he lives here in town. So yeah,
yeah, I guess maybe.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm close personal friends with him. I met him a couple weeks ago for the very first time. So yeah, we're just like this. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We're just like that. We're just like this.
He's your I know a black guy.
Exactly. There you go. So I know him. There, I got street cred. There you go.
Yeah,
leave me alone. Yeah, but what do we got? Beer Drug Trev. Remember when we were discussing The Flash? That brings me back.
hey, you know what? Fuck you,
asshole.
I joined in. You guys knew that there were going to be squirrel moments, and that's what was going to happen. So there we go.
Remember those pillows you could get back in the 70s there, Ian? Yeah, remember that? Oh yeah, you get those pillows and had like sideburns on them. Oh, sorry, Beer Drug Trev. We're back. Yep, there you go.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
This is the whiskey capitalist on movies.
Exactly. Or on
son of a woman on weed.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of going for, but
I like that background.
yeah, exactly. hey, beer, Trev, I need to tell you.
Sorry for yelling.
Yeah, well, you know, did you hear the story about like with Ezra Miller? They were saying that like James Gunn was saying that if this movie makes what the Batman made last year, then they'll bring Ezra Miller, at least Ezra Miller's flashback, and they'll bring him into the DCU. Maybe not any other characters, maybe not any other actors from the Flash movie, but they'll bring him back. And I thought it was funny because the Batman made what 128 million last year in its opening weekend, and this one, I don't think the Flash, exactly. I don't think the Flash made $128 in its opening weekend. So
yeah. Beer Drinker Trev says I've missed a few whiskey shows, so I'm just making up for my absence. Yeah, you only it's very interesting that you only missed the fucking whiskey capitalist episodes that I was by myself on. Thanks, Dick.
He's like Ferris Bueller. Yeah, beer drinking Treb has had quite a few absences. 9 times he's been.
Hey, fuck you.
Elizabeth.
Heartfelt.
Yes, yeah. Are you going?
She's gone from suck to blow.
Oh my God, I can't stop. I'm click happy over here. I'm clicking on everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Long COVID.
There you go. Say, I just can't stop.
Now there's two of us.
Exactly. Somebody must have fed us after midnight or something. There's 2 of us now, or poured water on us.
No!
Exactly. Afraid so, everybody. Afraid so. But yeah, do we have any good chats in here? You know what? We must have more people joining me from Rumble there, Ian, because yeah, I got one whopping comment from YouTube.
Yeah, and
everybody else is from Rumble.
That's from the from Liam Allen. So I'm guessing jumped over to Rumble.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. Yep, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
One in Rome. Yeah, definitely do it right there. But yeah, so I don't know. It's gonna be tough there to like do this show for like Aquaman 2 and like Blue Beetle and all that, because those are gonna be in the exact same boat this movie is, because people are well aware that these characters are lame duck characters now, at least with these actors. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Flash and Aquaman like in the DCU, right? But this just doesn't instill confidence when James Gunn comes out and goes like, oh yeah, these characters aren't going to be in the new universe, or we don't have a Flash movie in the new, what, Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, isn't that what they're calling it right there?
What is it?
so-
What movie?
Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters is the name of the first phase of the James Gunn DCU
he's doing
era.
chapters, not phases.
I guess so. Yeah. So
Volumes.
well, yeah, exactly. So you get really hoity-toity. You got to do volume. Volume 1. There you go. Segment 1.
Yeah, exactly. I say that as in my superhero music. I'm doing volumes and chapters.
Oh yeah. little self-important.
I'm doing the albums are going to be acts, and then it's going to be volumes and chapters.
Right.
On list.
Part of the Sketchy Jesus epoch. The box set. Yeah. Is it pronounced epoch or epoch? I've never gotten that down. So yeah.
I think it's epic times. I think that's what they're trying to go for, but they were like, oh, let's just be fucking fancy.
Be fancy times. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Fancy. Yeah. Like fancy restaurants. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so yeah, that's that basically is my synopsis part of Movies America spoiler warning. And I was just going to do a little movie military moments here.
That's
so to
right.
get in that. So let's get everything propped and ready here. So just to explain to everybody, especially the Reavers, what the hell the movie military moment is so that is all about people that have won the Congressional Medal of Honor. And you think about what these brave men and women have done to get this Congressional Medal of Honor. They've gone in there, they've picked up guns and grenade launchers and saved people with helicopters, done all this cool shit that you would love to see in a movie scene, right? They're throwing grenades and blowing shit up, flamethrowers, all that kind of thing. And so what they did to get their Medal of Honor seems to me like a really cool movie military moment. And so that means a lot to me. Our service people, men and women mean a lot to me. So I just wanted to give them a few minutes here in this show for what I call the movie military moment. Okay, so let's get a little music for us to dance to here. All right. So today's lucky movie military moment recipient is one Captain Gerald Young from the Vietnam War, proud member of the U.S. Air Force. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty, Captain Young distinguished himself while serving as a helicopter rescue crew commander. Captain Young was flying escort for another helicopter, attempting the night rescue of an Army ground reconnaissance team in imminent danger of death or capture. Previous attempts had resulted in the loss of 2 helicopters to hostile ground fire. The endangered team was positioned on the side of a steep slope, which required unusual airmanship on the part of Captain Young to effect pickup of those soldiers. Heavy automatic weapons fire from the surrounding enemy severely damaged one rescue helicopter, but it was able to extract 3 of the team. The commander of this aircraft recommended to Captain Young that further rescue attempts be abandoned because it was not possible to suppress the concentrated fire from enemy automatic weapons. With full knowledge of the danger involved and the fact that supporting helicopter gunships were low on fuel and ordnance, Captain Young said, "Fuck all that," and hovered under intense fire. Added that last part. Under intense fire until the remaining survivors were aboard. As he maneuvered the aircraft for takeoff, the enemy appeared at point-blank range and raked the aircraft with automatic weapons fire. The aircraft crashed, inverted, and burst into flames. Not a good spot to be in. Captain Young escaped through a window of the burning aircraft. Disregarding serious burns, Captain Young aided one of the wounded men and attempted to lead the hostile forces away from his position. Later, despite intense pain from his burns, he declined to accept rescue because he had observed hostile forces setting up automatic weapons positions to entrap any rescue aircraft. For more than 17 hours, he evaded the enemy until rescue aircraft could be brought into the area. Through his extraordinary heroism, aggressiveness, and concern for his fellow man, Captain Young reflected the highest credit upon himself, the U.S. Air Force, and the armed forces of his country. Give it up for Captain Gerald Young, everybody. Yes, yes. Yes, there we go. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, yeah, definitely. So he got that moment. He earned that moment, and that has been our movie military moments.
Yay.
Yay. Yay. Heroism. There we go. So heroic. Just going to be like, it's going to be just like that Zuckerberg Musk fight that's coming up. Those 2 heroes in the ring.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait. So,
well,
all right.
It's one African American and one robot.
I am going to kill you now, you black man.
Just the way he drinks water.
Exactly. It's like, I think that Elon could probably just sit on Zuckerberg because Elon's putting on the pounds right there, but who cares? Like, as like a billionaire, it's like he's not worried about it.
Picture of his stomach that it's just like when he's like super white and like on a boat or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I seen one where he's on the beach right there, and you're like, yeah. It's like looks like the surface of the sun. Let's check out our live chats right here. So yeah, I got beer drinking Trev. Yeah, from the peanut gallery. Remember when we were discussing the Flash? That brings me back. Yep, already read that one. So yeah, we got beer drinking Trev again. They should make a Falling Down 2 with a Michael Douglas type character going after the woke. Ooh, yeah. That'd be all right.
But he wouldn't.
Michael Douglas, not you like him in real life.
Well, no, he wouldn't do a movie like that again. I don't think there's so many actors that have done so many roles in the past that wouldn't do that now. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, he's way too old, and plus, yeah, he probably just doesn't want to do it just because he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to relive that character. Plus, well, that character dies at the end. So, spoilers for a movie that came out in 1993. But yeah,
true. It would be like Clint Eastwood in what was that, Gran Torino or whatever?
Gran Torino, yeah.
It would be like that. Like, I fucking hate Asians or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Or Marvel could do the next Gran Torino. Like, hey, there was a multiverse the whole time. This is a whole brand new Clint Eastwood character.
Yeah, okay. That brings me to something that I don't know if you heard I was on last night with the Whiskey Capitalists. We were talking about that The Man in the High Castle TV show.
Oh, sure, right. Yep.
Did you watch that?
I saw a little bit of that. I didn't catch the multiverse part of it.
Dude, yeah, it's like it makes sense because the Nazis were into like occultism and into a lot of crazy kind of technology stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's still like I'm on season 4 right now. And I'm just like, I mean, it's cool and the way they're doing it is cool, but it's just still like because that season came out, I think, in like 2019. So I'm like, oh, okay. So now just everything has a fucking multiverse.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing is like with multiverses for me, and I know you feel differently about this. I'm just like, it's like, how did Michael Shannon put it there? The guy obviously plays General Zod. Yeah. Apparently he's not a big fan of Michael versus multiverses because he said, well, it just makes it like people are playing with action figures, right?
Yeah.
Right there, just kind of takes the stakes away because like, well, you beat this bad guy, but then the bad guy just comes back right there, and so it's like it takes away like to me it's the analogy I like to use is kind of like when you play a video game.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, I know. Okay, I'm not playing the video. I know I'm not going to die in real life, right?
Yeah,
I know that
respawn.
Yeah, you just like throw another quarter in, right? Just hit, restart. And you're like, just spawn right there. It's like it takes away the stakes in the sense of urgency right there. So that's why I'm not a big fan. I mean, I get the concept, and whatnot from that, and it also gives them the capability of like, hey, we're going to bring back people from other eras. Your Tobey Maguires, your Andrew Garfields, your Michael Keatons, so that kind of thing. But I just hope they don't overdo it, And so,
wait,
we'll
Hollywood overdoing a concept? That's
not new. Not at all. 3D. Oh, there we go. Yep.
yeah. Exactly.
So it got pretty bad when they put Driving Miss Daisy in 3D. Then that's when I was like, all right, that's enough. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but they could use still the same Morgan Freeman because he
exactly.
insane.
I didn't need to see, I didn't need to see what's her faces of Jessica Tandy's liver spots in 3D. Okay. I didn't need to see her colostomy bag in 3D.
Bitch, can you put that away?
Put that away, my God. That doesn't even sound like an old lady. I don't know where the hell that came from.
You sound like Biden.
Exactly. It's like,
your Trump is like Smithers and your Jessica Tandy is like
it's not mine, yeah. God save the Queen. Here you go. He's my smartest man I ever knew. John Fetterwoman.
Well, for that big project that we have going on soon, we will definitely need to utilize your vocal impression abilities.
There we go. Yeah, my expert.
My Donald Trump impression. It doesn't sound like Smithers at all. Yes, there you go.
Smithers better look out for Homer Simpson. He's going to quit there, Smithers.
yeah, all right.
Mr. Smithers. So yeah, I was just going to get into some other points about the Flash here and whatnot. So one of the things that I thought that I didn't understand was how they had like the build up to the movie. Like I thought it was going to do better because they actually had like celebrities like Tom Cruise praise the film. And so I thought that was actually going to get more people out there. Not that I wanted more people. I don't give a shit like who goes to see this or what the box office is.
Yeah.
But like Tom Cruise singing its praises and publicly couldn't even get people to go see it. Now, Stephen King, the darling of Twitter, he also praised the movie. So I'm guessing maybe Stephen King's recommendation for The Flash canceled out Tom Cruise's recommendation.
You mean retarded Stephen Hawking? If anyone's on Twitter and you see that fucking profile picture, he looks like Stephen Hawking. Sorry.
I wrote The Shining. I wrote Carrie.
Anyways, go on. Sorry. You see Stephen King, and all I see is like double spaced like sentences on Twitter and retarded Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, every single time I see Stephen King, I just keep like, "Hey, isn't it time for you to go on another walk, dude? With a van, you're up, van. Come on, dude, with a van."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Stephen King. How about a nice brisk walk on a sunny day? Just go there. There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Not going to Pet Cemetery because you're a fucking rat.
Yeah, right. but yeah, I mean, and then with all that buildup from Tom Cruise and then like Twitter darling Stephen King or poor man Stephen Hawking, then the fans went to the fan screenings because that's another reason a lot of people say that this movie failed at the box office because DC had all these fan screenings that were before their official release date of this movie, and so all the people were expecting like the cinematic, ultimate cinematic experience because of Tom Cruise and Stephen King, and they went and saw it, and it wasn't that, and they got the word out. They started talking. They saw the movie. They're like, this isn't this fucking heavenly miracle of cinematic genius that Tom Cruise and Stephen King said it was, and so they started talking, and word got out, and so that along with Ezra Miller's very impressive rap sheet, James Gunn saying, hey, these characters aren't going to be part of the new universe, blah blah blah, all this shit, just added up to the clusterfuck that was the Flash opening weekend.
But that makes sense with DC because they don't know how to keep a cohesive universe together. Like they could have done so many fucking cool things with Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight universe and like all of that. They could have branched off of that so fucking well. and but they didn't capitalize on that. They had its own universe, and then they have so many different fucking Batmans. Like they got the fucking Ben Affleck version Batman, and then they have the Batman. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like
Right.
It's just so annoying. It's like they own all the rights to all of their characters, but they're doing like a fucking, a Disney Sony thing with owning all the rights. I'm like, what do you do? Like,
Right.
do something right.
Yeah, exactly. You've got all this time. Like, I mean, I can imagine, you're a writer, and you've got more time than we do. I mean, I know that they're busy and that kind of thing, but like, that's my dream, is to not have an 8-to-5 job and just be able to sit there and just dream up stories and that kind of thing, and came up with stuff like I want to watch, right? I mean, that I would want to see. And I can't imagine like the shit that they write now in an honest moment behind a closed door. They can't honestly say like, oh, I would really want to watch this if I wasn't the person writing it. They can't say that, in probably even most instances, So, and if they can't honestly say that, we need new writers, because that's the best you can fucking come up with. That's the best your imagination can come up with.
Well, it seems like it's what that video that you played about the CGI stuff. It seems like that's what it is with the writing and with like all that stuff. Is it's not about the actual art of it. It's not actually about making it good. It's just about what the shareholders and probably like the woke idiots, think that's going to be good. And so they write this. Oh yeah, this will play well.
Sure. Yep, exactly correct. And I think it's funny, like now we've got outlets like Variety and Hollywood Reporter and Yahoo Movies. They're finally saying like, what a lot of us have been saying for the last few years, that, well, there's not superhero movie fatigue. There's shitty superhero movie fatigue. Okay. You make some good superhero movies, people are going to come out to your fucking theater. I mean, there's exceptions like the Suicide Squad. That was a great, good superhero movie, but that was during COVID. So that's one of those movies I'm going to give it the actual COVID excuse. I'm not going to, I know people try to do like, the real fucking lame ass wokesters still try to use pandemic as a excuse even now. Yeah. But Suicide Squad came out in 2021, I think, or something like that.
Right in the middle of it.
Yeah, right. So I think that was a part of it. But so not just because you make a great superhero movie doesn't mean they're going to come out. Just make sure you don't release it during a worldwide pandemic. Those worldwide pandemics we have. But they're finally coming around. I guess it took this flash disaster, to finally knock Varieties, upside the head to come up with the same conclusion. Like guys like Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers and those guys were saying, before, you just make it good, and then people will come and see your movie. I mean, you've got the advantage of being Marvel and DC, like that movie Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. Like that movie's a great movie, but it didn't have the advantage that Marvel and DC has, that it doesn't have this built-in IP loyalty base right there. Yeah. So, and that's why that flopped. But DC and Marvel don't have that excuse. They've got a built-in fan base.
Yeah, exactly. And you've heard me say with what they've been able to do with Marvel and like the storyline, especially because they didn't have X-Men, they didn't have Spider-Man, they didn't have a lot of the key IP characters like with rights to them, so they couldn't involve even saying mutant. There's so many different things. I think they did as good as they could have with what was given to them. But now that they have all those characters, there's fucking shit in the bed.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think like in the first 10 years, they were basically concentrating on one thing and one thing only: entertaining people, right?
Yeah,
fleshing out these beloved characters from these comic books that people like you and people that actually read comic books more than myself can appreciate and love even more than I do. And I didn't even read that many comic books when I was a kid. So if I love them, I can't imagine what folks like you, like guys like you and guys like Nerdrotic imagine. So they really wanted to pay homage to true comic book fans and normie norms like me when it comes to comics as well. Yeah. But then after Avengers Endgame, then I think that they had they had a lot of the whole woke shit, the identity politics, the message creep in there, and it compromised the entertainment value. It compromised the story writing and that kind of thing. I mean, the disservice of people like you. You deserve to have the comics realized from a place of entertainment. Entertainment only.
And I'll completely admit that they could have gone even like gnarlier with like what I will give them is their first character that they tried to put in these in this MCU whatever, was Iron Man, who
Sure.
Iron Man wasn't one of the main fucking characters. Like he was
Right.
in the Avengers and, yada, yada, but he wasn't one of the most loved characters of Marvel. So like,
Yeah.
I think taking a chance on that was awesome. And obviously then giving Robert RDJ, giving him a second chance, I guess, and all that stuff. So like bringing him back, that was fucking cool. But they could have even made that more gnarly, because if you go back in the comics, like Tony Stark was like a crazy drunk, like a crazy alcoholic at one point, and like when there's this whole like gnarly, they kind of in Iron Man 2 they had him like puking on the plane because he was drunk, and like there was they kind of had him have this like
eating donuts and all that shit, right? Yeah, after a hangover. Yep, right.
He's like when he's like fucking fighting War Machine, and when Rhodey gets the suit. So I mean they kind of did it, but yeah, I mean they could have even gone a little bit gnarly, but the baseline that they had was awesome.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wonder why. I guess I've never really looked into like why they decided to go with Iron Man first, right there. So because I mean it's not a sure thing. Like if they would have went with I don't know, like Captain America first or something like that. So
well, I do kind of see it at the same time though, because like they have Tony Stark, who there's so much surrounding him, because his dad Howard Stark was the one who did all the stuff with Captain America, so they kind of have to have that like, oh, okay, this is connected because Tony Stark in that other movie a couple years ago, his dad did this, and then like I think it was like there was some Stark technology in like the Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Oh sure, yeah.
I'm so fucking pissed that they didn't have Edward Norton as the Hulk through all of the.
Oh right, yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I thought he did fine.
He did
a fine job. Yeah, that was pretty good in that movie. Check the chat here real quick. So we've got. He died, but he shot Duvall first. Talking back to falling down right there. So. What do we got here? What am I, the only physics enthusiast in the room? LOLs. Oh God, could you imagine what King radiation would do to people? They need He-Man's help, considering he's already a master of the universe. Not anymore. Now it's the She-Man, master of the universe. Yeah, thanks, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Darth Jason says up through Endgame, didn't really follow the books either, but they were decent movies. Well, there you go.
Hold on,
learn something new.
I do want to say you brought up the Nicolas Cage Superman with the giant spider.
Yep.
So Kevin Smith said he didn't want to do that movie, but he wanted to do She-Man.
She-Man, right, exactly. Yeah, I guess that was before like his daughter grew up to be the age she is now, because I'm sure his daughter's probably got a lot of influence on him. Like now she's got him all fucking feminazied out and that kind of thing. Like, Dad, you're gonna do He-Man, but you're gonna feminize it out, aren't you? Right, Dad? Right, Dad? Okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah, but like,
don't make me cry again.
Didn't yeah, exactly. Go cry, bitch. Wasn't it like parents used to influence, the older generation would influence the younger generation?
Right, exactly. I know, mind-blowing concept now, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I like what Adam Carolla says is he talks about how, back in our day, like if there were some adults talking, I remember when I was growing up as a kid, my parents would have friends over, they'd be sitting in the living room talking. And I remember if I would have walked down the stairs and like went up there, hey, Mr. Smith, hi, how you doing? Yeah, can I have some cheese balls or something? My dad would have been like, get out of here. Like, what are you doing? Adults are talking. And maybe not that extreme, but yeah. They both would have looked at you like, hey, adults are talking here, kid. Know your place, that kind of thing. And nowadays it's completely different. Right, exactly. Like, be gone, So,
yeah, exactly.
But nowadays, like parents are basically taking orders from their kids, like they're trying to be their BFFs for their kids or being their besties. So it's completely different. And obviously we've seen the after effects of that whole, changeover.
They cut their dicks off.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's called progress there, Ian. Progress. It's progressivism. There we go.
All right. Sorry, bringing a little too much whiskey capitalist into movies, Merica.
Hey, it's going to happen right there. So, yeah, because, this well-oiled machine, all right, we don't follow spreadsheets here at all. So we do
over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, God, please, no.
That's how we roll here. But yeah, that's how that's all I had here for tonight here. So yeah, let's get a little wrapping up here with this particular show. I want to check live chat here real quick because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. It's an easy tie into everything else. Darth Jason says.
I think you're talking about Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly, right there. So that is a good point.
Yeah,
like a good foundation,
Yeah.
jumping off point right there. So yeah, absolutely. And I'm just glad, you know what, Ian, I'm sure you feel the same way. I'm just glad that the Reapers joined us tonight. Okay, so from the Red Pill Fight Club there and some other destinations. You guys were in what's that room last night? I was in with the music. You guys were playing like the interactive music videos.
I think that was last night?
Yeah, it was last night there because I was who was it? I was talking to was it you, Astro Sweat? Was it you like invited me to another
that might have been Red Pill Fight Club also, or there's a salty something.
Yeah, it was almost seemed like an after room, like an after party kind of thing where they were in the Red Pill Fight Club, and then they go to this other room and they just play like interactive music videos. People do requests and all that. I thought it was badass. I thought it was pretty cool. So Dark Side Radio, thank you, Darth Jason. For we are many. Yes, we are legion.
And I think this is going on right now. After Darth Jason, it's Dark Side Radio. It's his show. Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
There you go. Exactly. Mad respect right there. I like that format right there. So yeah, you guys didn't play the Yanni though that I requested. You fuckers, like you didn't. I requested some Yanni and some cool Ed Sheeran. You guys didn't play it. Jeez, what the hell?
Yeah. So I think they're doing. Let me put this in here right near this. This is the link for the Red Pill Fight Club that's going on right now. I believe there's still live over there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So since everyone has supported us over here, I just gotta help support them over there as well.
Yeah, get over there. So is it still going right now? I don't know if it's still going right now.
Yeah, I believe it is. So
and even if it's not, yeah, exactly. Next week or we have the next show. There you go.
It's cool with our with our little crew that we got going on here. You have something every day. Monday and Wednesdays for Whiskey Capitalists, Tuesdays and Thursdays for Red Pill Fight Club, and then Movies Merica on Thursday as well. And then Fridays there's Sipping with Sean, and there's the Dad Cast, and I think Red Pill Fight Club does a Friday show as well. I think it's like the Salty Cracker like after show. Like after he does his podcast. So there's so many fucking things.
Exactly. So many. It's a smorgasbord of entertainment. Yes, you're not hurting. But and then we got to try again. Correct King is playing D4. So 1, 2, 3 Mad Dash. See you all on the flip side. Great show, movies in the end. Yep, absolutely. So appreciate the love on that. But click on that link right there and get in there. Show some support. Show some love. What is that? Christian Harloff, I hate it when he says this, but I'm going to say it now. He says, show some class. There you go. Because he's always trying to get people to like his show. Show some class. Hit that like button. To me, it sounds like when he says show some class, sounds like he's begging. So I guess I sound like I'm begging right now. Show some class.
And this is the internet. No one has class.
What's that movie? Class. He's like eating shit. Oh, I got so much class.
Did anyone ever tell you you're a moron?
Yeah, 5 minutes ago.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. So, hey, speaking of Al Gore's Worldwide Interweb here, join me on www.moviesmerica.com. I should say join me, but go there if you want to listen to my audio-only versions of my spoiler-free reviews, Movies Merica spoiler-free reviews that come out on Sundays, okay, with the fantastic assistance from Ian there. He works a lot of visual magic behind the scenes, exactly right there with that Cheshire cat grin. Absolutely there. And what's that?
A little hairier
right there than him right there. Exactly. We'll take it. And then again, like I said, I'm on Al Gore's Worldwide Interweb there on Twitter and Instagram under @MoviesMerica. All right. Astro Sweat. Yep. Right. You're welcome. He's a fan. Thanks, Van and Ian. Yep. Great thanks for joining. All right. @Movies Merica on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm on Facebook as well. So I just look for Movies Merica there. And then, like it says up at the top already, tdpn.locals.com. TDPN as in Till Death Podcast Network. Get there and check out our excellent content, our mind-blowing, fantastical content, like our articles and our blogs and our videos and whatnot. And now, to be honest, I've been slacking. I haven't been on there, but I'm going to start ramping that up. And we're really going to start ramping up. Are we in there as part of maybe something else coming up here? We're not going to go into full details right now, but little tease right there. So, but yeah.
What I will say, and this is the first time that I have announced anything about it, is it will be an award show. That's all I will say about the big project that we have going on.
Are we doing porn awards again this year? Porn awards?
Yeah, we're gonna do the titty peen VNs. So it's not gonna be it's not gonna be the AVNs. It's gonna be the TD VNs.
I wonder if Sean's gonna win best O-ring again this year. I'll tell you. So.
According to Professor Savage, Dad, I'm gonna be like the best helmet.
There you go. Is that the full body condom? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the QAnon shaman.
Or that maybe you get your action on with like a Tim Pool beanie on or something. So yes, yes, Reapers. Now you know where it is. Jadaron says, "You mean smash that like button? Smashed it. Yep, exactly.
Yes, everyone hit the thumbs up. Thank you for the support already, but if you hit that thumbs up, then it helps out. I don't think Rumble is like an algorithm, but I think the people that run Rumble like pick what they put up on the main page and whatever. And Whiskey Capitalist last night on podcast was the top selection in podcasts for a while, which was awesome. And right now, I think I checked it a little while ago. Movies Merica was like one of the first 7 of the whole thing. So I mean,
nice. Cool. Yeah, thanks to you guys, man. Thanks to you guys doing your part right there. Absolutely. So yeah, we got an army here helping out. So yeah, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do. So absolutely. Moving on to the @TillDeath Network. solo.to/TillDeathPod Network. Say that 10 times real fast. I know. I can't speak very well. But @TillDeath Network. solo.to/TillDeathPod Network. Yep. And that's where you get all the Till Death Podcast Network links all in one handy spot. Okay. So you don't have to hunt and peck all over Al Gore's worldwide interweb. For that, you've got that all in one groovy spot. And then we would not be doing a great job here if we didn't mention solo.to/TillDeath Studios. And that's where you can go and you can get Ian's help with some fantastic visual flares. You got to get like 36 pieces of flare. Well, Ian can help you out with that. Okay. If you work at Chachi's and you need 36 pieces of visual flare, you can get great visual flare, like the overlay up at the very top, the intro that you saw at the very beginning, all the schools, the background right there, the awesome Movies America background. He can do all that stuff for you. Okay. All you got to do is pick him up, call him up on the solo.to/TillDeath Studios line. There you go. Call him up. And he'll hook you up.
Merch designs, anything you need. Might take me a second because I'm procrastinate on everything. But
exactly. And with your first order, he's going to go throw in some free Domino's pizza garlic knots.
Exactly. Hey, don't say that on the internet because then I'll have to.
Hey, well, I know where I'm getting my visual flavor from. I need some garlic knots right now. Yeah, there you go.
Well, no, actually, I will do that because I'm just trying to build up a collection of everyone's addresses.
For nefarious means. I mean, for good wholesome means. There you go. Exactly.
I'm the new deep state, so I will just collect all of the information on everyone and just have incriminating evidence on everyone.
Exactly. We like to show up at like 3:00 in the morning, with the SWAT team and all that shit. So exactly. Yeah. We saw that post you put there in Rumble last night. So yeah. Solo.to/I'm Sean Cav. So that's where you can find all the links that has to do with our good buddy Sean here on the Till Death Podcast Network. All his links to all his fantastic activities and that so much room for activities that he's got right there. And solo.to/I'm Sean Cav. You can find out all the links for him all in one handy place. All right, moving on. We've got solo.to/The Whiskey Capitalist. And that's all the links for The Whiskey Capitalist right there. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so it's, he's grinning and dropping his linen right there. Exactly. But yeah, The Whiskey Capitalist links, find them all there at that one spot right there. So look at it, gaze upon that address and go there, okay? And then we finally got solo.to/TillDeath Podcast, last but certainly not least. That's where you get all the links. Has to do with Ian's fantastic Till Death podcast that he does with his lovely, lovely bride, Jen, on Saturday, every other Saturdays.
Yeah, the originator of it all.
The originator, the OG.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. They are the book of Genesis when it comes to the Dill. Yeah.
It's Genesis.
Yes, you've got to do a segment. It's called the Book of Genesis.
Well, we came up with a couple of things. So there's Genesis now.
Yeah.
Then we anytime that she has too much coffee, it's Genergy.
Okay.
And then anytime she's feeling murdery, it's Genocide. I was like, this is good.
That's very good. That's very good. So yeah, that's a whoop. Yeah, I was trying to come up with something, man. I'm coming up empty because I got a piss like my fucking like a fucking racehorse here. All right. So yeah, so that is all of that. I'm going to wrap up the show here with all the good times. I want to thank you guys for joining, getting in the live chat right there. Like, this is a fantastic live chat we've had tonight right there with all the interaction. Because like I always say, I don't want to be that psycho that talks to himself. Okay. So at least not in front of you guys. Okay. Yeah. Like, who's to say, like, after this show is over, like all the voices in my head and all that, it could get pretty scary. Okay. But anyway.
I'm just a figment of Van's imagination. Actually, I'm not really here.
Because of my schizophrenic nightmares right here. Exactly. But hey, yeah. So with that, everybody, hey, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey, everybody, don't leave yet. Okay? Hey, I got just enough time. I got the police after me, okay? And, oh man, they're gonna get me at any time. I got just enough time to ask you to like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you would, man. You'd be doing me a big favor, okay? And please make sure to like these videos or watch them and then like them, okay? That'd be great. And again, thanks for watching, okay? And subscribe to the Till Death Podcast Network and Movies Merica. I gotta go.